Peace and blessings, man. Man, this knowledge is key, man. We got some things we gotta talk about, man. You know what I mean? I've been going for a minute. You see what I'm saying? I've been out here learning and just getting my mind right. Cause I'm gonna tell you something, yo, living out here, definitely get your mind right. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things I can talk about. Uh Being outside of the country and not only living outside there, but being a black man as well. And being young too. That means a lot too. People understand that being young living outside here means a lot too. So yeah, man, it's a lot that I can talk about. A lot we gonna get to. You see what I'm saying? But I'm here just to you see what I'm saying? Let me get my thing right. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, peace and blessings. I was gone for a minute. You see what I'm saying? I'm about to get back on track. I know I keep saying that, but a lot of times by me being out here and shit like that, it's a lot because like I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna get straight into a lot of things. You see what I'm saying? All right. If you don't know, I'm living in Mexico, right? So living in Mexico and living in Mexico for almost 6 months now, right? And living in Mexico is totally different. I mean, that's probably anywhere you go living from outside of your comfort zone and outside your country, right? So, but yeah, so I've been out here 6 months. I got my wife, my kids, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But when the intentions when we first came out here was different than see what I've learned is you have to sometimes prepare to unprepare. You have to prepare yourself for everything that you was taught to might be, you know what I mean? Because you're not coming there with information of already experience. You're coming in with information through somebody else experience, right? So by me learning these things, right? I'm thinking I'm gonna come down here, things gonna be like this, things gonna be like that, boom, 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 in your mind, because you're going off other people's situation or other people's way. Let me drop. I gotta drop the link to always have to drop the link, so I gotta um yeah. So yeah, so like I said, right? So boom. So living in Mexico, right? So what I noticed is totally different because like you gotta understand, right? My mind on what it was when I came down here is different than what it is now that I'm down here, right? I'm thinking in my mind, like I'm gonna be real, because I ain't got no choice, right? In the States, right? The States has a lot of opportunities, but I never felt don't get me wrong. I felt not disconnected or not connected. I can't say I felt either one. I can just say I felt that I knew there was more to the world than just this. I just in my mind. I don't know why. Some people don't think that. Some people like, man, I'm good where I'm at. And that's nothing wrong with that. But in my mind, I think myself, it gotta be more to life than this. Yeah, I know it's more to the world, different food, different culture, because where I live is just all religion, work, and just like, you know what I mean, spending money. So I'm thinking myself in other places, it's like so many indigenous laws and so many culture laws. There's so many different ancestry ways about them that's been passed on from generation to generation. So I was, you know what I mean, infatuated with the thought of all these things that was outside of my existence of being in the States, right? So when I'm watching different things of Mexico from different people that have Sloop Don P, I was just talking about you earlier too, talking about you, I got to get the team back because I was just on my wife about that. That's why I'm about to go back on my thing, right? So yeah, so like being in Mexico and stuff like that. So I noticed like from what I watched on TV is way different than me living here now, right? Because now that I'm here, it seems like I'm gonna tell you, I'm like, look, I'm gonna be stone cold real, right? It seems like everything is about money. The States is too. Don't get me wrong, the state, but here is totally different. It's about money and energy. That's it. Money and energy. If you ain't got the right energy, then you might not make no money. And it's just like it's just wicked. It's wicked. I'm gonna tell you again. There's no system. There's no government. There's no HUD, Section 8. There's no what is it called? Income tax. Yo, you can work a whole week straight and get paid $50. A whole week from 6 in the morning to 5 at night. You're only getting paid $50 for a week. You see what I'm saying? So it's no system. There's nowhere you can go like, oh, shit, I'm gonna get some help or get some shit. None of that. You don't understand this. I'm not. I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak a lick. I know a little bit from being out here how to conversate a little bit, but not enough to get a job. And I'm not a citizen here, so I just can't get a job. The only way I can get money here is online. And then that's the thing. Energy is currency, and I don't know that because I'm from America, where energy is just masculinity, pride, ego, and shit like that. But here it's totally different, man. You got to really watch what you say and watch what you do because the consequence is way different than from the states, right? So sometimes that fear makes people scared, but I've never been scared for my life. So anyway, like I'm saying, so yeah, right. So being out here, you really have to make that money from the states come here, and it's hard because you have a VPN. Once they see, like, just give you an example. Say if I'm making money on Facebook or making money on YouTube, right? Just say I'm making money on YouTube by me being in a different country, and they pick up that different IP address and shit like that. It changes. They say right now, Facebook says no, you're not eligible to make money in that country with this platform, because it's not there. So now it's like, damn, I can't even make my money off my reels. I can't even make my money off my certain things because it's not eligible. Unless you have a VPN that can set up a different area, then maybe you can make some money. But I don't know this stuff. I'm thinking I got all this stuff figured out in my head, right? So even flying drones, you gotta understand, like I'm telling you, to even charge, I'm gonna give you an example. Say if I wanted to fly my drone for you for just say an hour. I only got to charge. I'm only going to charge you like, just say, I might charge you 600 pesos. That's only $30. It's $30, right? It's not a lot. In the States, I charge you like 75, almost 120. Word up, because the currency is different. You see what I'm saying? It's not a lot of money here, but it is a lot of money here. If you understand what I'm saying, it's a lot of resources. It's a lot of opportunity for culture, learning. So it is a lot of information. It's so much. But when it comes to currency and you're adapted to the way of America, you have to unlearn or relearn. So even the things I thought was important, like buying new sneakers and buying this and buying this, when you come to a culture where those things is not important, most important is your family. What's most important is to make sure you just have this and this. What's important is your health. What's important is you understand where you come from. What's important is, see, and where I'm from, that's not important. I gotta make sure I'm fresh. I gotta make sure I'm this. I gotta make sure I'm right. I gotta make sure I'm shining like a diamond. I gotta make sure I'm winning or I'm sinning. That's it. That's it. But here's a whole different mindset. So I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm confused. You see what I'm saying? But really being here made me really reflect on myself so much, because it makes me like, when I'm gonna keep it real, right? When you sitting and this is what I noticed. The people here, other than negativity, we don't want to go to the negative part because it's negative everywhere. It's a government that takes control of their power everywhere, regardless where you go. Africa, India, whatever you go, right? Afghanistan, anywhere, right? So when we talk about the spiritual part, like the Mayans and the Aztecs and the Olmecs and the pyramids and different things that you might never was aware of, being because I wasn't taught these things, right? When you actually see what this land is made of, let me tell you some real shit. Let me get down to some shit. Well, we're negros. That's what they call them, a negro, right? We're negro. Hermano negro, right? Hermano negro, right? Hermano, see, right? So I'm black. I'm black. They respect the black culture. They don't look down on us like, oh my God, he's a nigga. They don't look down on us. They embrace us. You see what I'm saying? Salute, Don P.
Salute, peace, God, man.
You
What
know,
a pleasure to see you and to be here with you, man.
it's always an honor, bro. It's always an honor.
And you know what? Big up to you, man, for making changes and taking that leap, man. Well, I'm here. I'm listening, man. I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it's a different life. It's a different world. Cultures are different. There's a lot of history there, ancient American history that's not in the books. You know what I mean? History can't be hidden or denied. You know what I mean? It could just be hated upon. You
That's
know
a
what I
fact.
mean? It could just be hated upon, but the history's there. Continue on. Go ahead.
I didn't know about my history because I'm only know that African. I was telling my wife about this, right? if I look, right, no, all right, because I'm thinking, right? If you look everywhere across the world, from Hawaii to Antarctica to the Northern Pole to anywhere, you find black people. But the blacks are not the same. The blacks are mostly like that Indian look, right? Only place that has this type of look of definition that's so strong and masculine and so strong and whatever is mostly Africa. Outside of Africa, there's no really indigenous tribe that looks like me. None. If you go to Australia and go outside of Sydney and go to the indigenous, if you go to Brazil, if you go, it don't matter anywhere else. There are people of color that is indigenous, yes, but they don't have the same features as an African American. So when I see, like, okay, don't get me wrong, we're all black. Yeah, that is true. But now I'm second guessing who was the first because if there's black people all spread it around, but they're not the same as African Americans. They don't look like Africans, like the Africans in the tribe, like Zulu Nation, the Saka Zulus, and all those shit, and those different type of tribes back in the day. They don't look like them. The Pygmy tribe and in Africa, they don't. But if you step outside and you travel around this world, you will find people of color, Moon Island, and all these places that's isolated in the Pacific, is in there, but they don't look like us. They look like Indians. So then I started thinking, like, damn, there's more Indians spread it of around the world feature wise, that Vietnamese, Thailand type of features, more of those than us. So then I'm starting thinking like, damn, who is the original people? I'm not saying color wise. I don't care about color. I'm not saying by color, oh, blacks or whites. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the looks of the original people spread it around the world. They all don't look African. They don't, and they have older DNA than us. So it's like,
Um, well, I've been, I've veered off since we've last, sat on the panel and kicked it for years,
yeah,
like 2 years. But in my studies, I'm looking at the indigenous people of the Americas, and you're right. The indigenous dark-skinned people, the copper people of the Americas, don't look African. So that's a fact. We have different genetics. You know what I mean? And going back to the what they call natives or Indians, they're mixed with Mongolian and African. That's why they look like they do nowadays. That's why the Mexicans look Asian and Chinese because they're mixed with Mongolian. You know what I mean? The indigenous people of the Americas and what I believe right now, it started off in the Brazilian basin, and the copper color people of the Americas moved up the east coast of the Americas. You know what I mean? Um, so these are the indigenous people of the Americas. At one time, I wasn't there, so the continents might have been connected, and other people might have crossed that continent. And as the continent separated, I don't believe in evolution, but I believe in adaptation. We adapt to our environment because
that's a
our
fact.
bodies change, and we're adaptive. You know what I mean? And that's why I see the different peoples. And I, being on my studies, I can look at a person and see more or less, where they from. Almost like, in history, we were taught that all black people came from Africa, and which I don't believe that shit. You know what I
Nah,
mean? I don't believe it. Yeah, there was people that was brought here from Africa to the
yeah,
Americas, a few during the slave trade, and that's why based on observation, the Haitians are a little bit different than the native of the Americans because
yeah.
Hispaniola, which was one of the first continents where they brought the African slaves from, which there weren't many. They might have brought a few. You know what I mean? It wasn't a lot. Where the hell are all these slave ships? You know what I mean? They can't be found. You could probably find five in history. You know what I mean? Um,
When you
so
think about that, that's deep though. That's deep.
yeah, so studying more or less. So now I know the people more or less of Peru or Ecuador, and it's not specifically a country, but it's a region. We have to look at regions of the world. Forget about the lines that were drawn in the countries, but you got to look at the people of the region, if that makes sense to you.
That's a fact, and that's what I'm learning now because I'm gonna tell you something, right?
And hold on a second, knowledge. Let me interrupt you right there before I lose my train
Do
of
you think I'm
thought.
gonna grab my drink?
Now that you're in Mexico, when you go into those pyramids and you study what's on on the walls of these pyramids, and they show depictions of the Mayans. These people were, dark skinned, like I said, the copper color people of the Americans. It's not the modern day Mayans and Aztecs. You know
No,
what I mean?
no.
They don't show that. When they came here, they cleared our history. Everything was burnt. And we were, the indigenous people of the Americas were told that they were African. So that's a disconnect from our inheritance, from our land. You know what I mean? Because if we go back and this go back to you, not only black, but the people of Puerto Rico, and we've been here since eons, and we've been here. We were created from the dirt. When God created the earth, we were made from the dirt, and that's why we so dark. You know what I mean? Um, and that's why. Shit, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, man.
No, you
But
good, bro. No.
you hear what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
all people that are dark skinned here came from Africa, man, and that's the disconnect because that's where we missed the inheritance to our land. Because if we can prove that we indigenous people and there was treaties here made before the Constitution, they need to uphold those treaties. But if you don't know who you are and you don't claim to be an Aboriginal American and you claim you're African, so then you can't hold stake to the claim in America. You can't hold stake to your land because you call yourself an African American. You know what I mean? Instead of indigenous people of the Americas.
When I look at it, right, I was like, ever since I took that DMT, I've been stuck on pyramids, right? I've been stuck on learning the Egyptians. I've been stuck on learning. I've been stuck on learning. I've been stuck on learning that shit to the point I have dreams that I'm in a temple. Like, you know what I mean? And inside the pyramids, you know what I mean? Like touching the walls and shit. Like, I'll be really just been stuck on it, right? And when I learn about, the more I learn about this information, it's so deep because this civilization of people was so advanced to the point you could never be. Like, all right, look, dig this, right? You have tribes right now that's still indigenous that never advanced. They still doing the same shit. They're not advanced. You have some even people that live in countries like, black people. We're very creative. We can create from the most worstest situations, but we're not. It's only certain places in Africa that are like, you know what I mean. But it's not like we're making civilizations off our powers of whatever. Even in isolation, where we're just still stuck on no colonization. There's nobody that's colonizing us. It's just our thoughts. We're still not. We're a civilization that's like growing without nobody there showing us. We're not. We're just being the same. We're hunting. We're gathering. We're food. But when you look at these Egyptians, how they was like mapping out things and building things, and the whole rainforest was made by man because they laid the seeds down, and so as time went on, by whatever, it just grew over. So when you look at all those plants that was even made by man, how you think about how many seeds they had to carry, and where did you get these seeds from? Because some of these trees wasn't even on this planet. They wasn't even there until you planted them. So where you even get these seeds from? Because nowhere in the world they're there but here. And if they're here and they're man-made, how can you get a seed that didn't exist?
All right,
Where
let
do
me
you get these
interrupt you
seeds
right
from?
there. Let me cut in. There's nothing new under the sun. All this was here. Ain't no new technology. This is
No,
old technology reintroduced to us. Because there was genetic manipulation back then.
but
Back
that's what I'm
then.
saying. Even with that's like when
Yeah,
we see
and
this.
like I'm sorry, let me finish my sentence. And just like you said, they made us think that we were savages living in huts, and you know what I mean?
That's
That we
bullshit.
ain't have no intelligence. These pyramids are scientific institutions. Don't look at them as what they telling you they are.
Yeah,
These things
yeah.
hold a significance. You know what I mean? These are scientific institutions. The walls tell stories. Forget what the man is telling you. Look at the history. Study the evidence. You have to study the evidence. Forget the he say she say. Study the evidence.
That's
And
what
now that you're
that's
you're a
deep.
part, yeah, and then you down there, so you have a chance to get closer to these sites than us. You know what I mean?
That's what
And
yo.
going back and going back to Egypt and Africa, as to my recent studies, that's the second Egypt because the first Egypt was here in America, which is in Memphis. Memphis, Egypt is another name for Memphis, Tennessee. You know what I mean? And along the Memphis, the Mississippi River, if you look at civilizations there, there's ancient civilizations here. There's more pyramids in America than there is in Africa. There's older pyramids in America that there is in Africa. You know what I mean? So that's why I think about where civilization started coming from, because if we have older facts than Africa, you know what I mean? So are we being told the okie doke? You know what I mean?
Never let your heroes tell you who your enemies are. Never let your enemies tell you who your heroes are, right? When I when I look at the when I look at that civilization over there and like the Pyramid of Giza, right? To give you one, right? And the capstone that's connected to the top has been removed. When you look at the way the pyramid is shaped, the same way it's shaped at the top is shaped the same way at the bottom. So it shapes like a diamond, right? The capstone that's on top of the pyramid has been removed. They've learned that this pyramid is a generator. These
Correct.
people knew how to. So with the capstone as a different type of stone, it's a different
It
type
was a
of granite.
conductor. It was a
It's a
conductor.
conductor. And same with the bottom. Now this stone that's granite that's in the pyramids, the stone is 500 miles away from their original. So 500 miles away, they had to move whatever 50 tons of blocks, right? They try to do it with boats, but it's sunk. They try cranes. They try to do everything that man can think of, try to do, right? So when I see this and they grow these things and they show you civilizations and they show you monuments, I mean monuments, over 1,000 pyramids. Even when you go to the island, the Easter Island, they have over 1,000 of those tall men. I mean, on Easter Island, this is an isolated island with huge structures of civilization that existed, right? So when I see these people of ours that was very smart when it came to the world, of even understanding it, we didn't lose it. But what I've learned is when I see how they got the tablets of Thoth, and they got these tablets of the scrolls, and they got the book of Enoch, and they got the book of the devil, and they got all these books, and they don't show you a lot, but they just let you know they got certain things. We don't know if they're true or not. But when I know that our ancestors have left evidence of power that was once around everybody, that was capable enough to take it in, they literally found them and took them for themselves, right? So if you had this for yourself, what do you think you could do to people that don't even know what power even means, that don't even know how much of your brain really is, or even know what the connection is? You're so confused with religion, God, and all these things, and this and this and this, that it blocks the way, and
The
they do it on
connection.
purpose. They do it on purpose. You're so, like, I look at the world like we're so focused on this and this and this. When you in your house, you're in a fucking box. They tell you you only get as big as your environment. Well, how fucking big are you gonna get if you live in a house? If I put a hamster in a little cage, he would never get as big if I put him outside. So how you think your brain is? Your brain is stuck in that house all day long in a box. It can never escape. It can never go nowhere. Your energy is in this box. When you watch TV, anger, good, happiness, sad, all this. You don't even sage your house. You don't release. You just leave all that energy inside. They knew it. They knew a box contains energy different than a pyramid, because it has to have a ventilation. It has to have an exit way. We don't.
And the
We just have
energy
everything in a
point,
box.
the
An energy
highest
point.
energy point is at a point.
At
Like
a
the tip
point,
of the
but they
needle is
took
real
our
strong.
point away. And now they give you a box. Now you're in a box. Your kid is born there. Your mom is born there. Your sisters, you have generations born in a box. But then that's why they tell you, think outside the box. How can you think outside the box when you lived your whole life in one? Now you can get information from outside, but you would never ever be connected to the information because you stay in a box. That's why I try to tell people, why don't you move? Oh, because of all the, man, you have more relations than connections.
It's
Everybody you're
fear.
naming, and it's fucking fear. With this, what they tell me, oh, my mom here, my brother here, my sister here. Those is just relations. You don't have no connection with them, because if you did, if they see you make an opportunity to be closer to your better self, why would they stop you? If they tell you right now, I'm about to move to India and I'm about to get closer to, they like, oh my God, that's good. I hope you had a good, hope you get closer to whatever you want to find. Because if it makes you happy, I'm with it. People put fear on you. Don't do that. Don't do that. But then they tell you they have a connect. How would you have a connection with me when your information is not good? Connection doesn't work off negative frequency. That doesn't have good connection. That's why it's called bad connection. You have a bad connection. I need good connection. So what people is now doing, they don't have connections, they have relations. You have a relationship with this person, have a relationship with this person. Man, when I took that DMT, everything I fucking thought about God, about every fucking thing, don't fucking matter. It didn't exist. And everybody I knew that took it said the same shit. I watch atheists, I watch Muslims, I watch every race and creed say the same shit. And every time they come back, everything they learned was saying it was bullshit. And only thing that drug is doing is like that fucking sinking place. When that lady was playing Get Out and she tapped the thing, boop, boop, and you dropped into the sinking place. That's the only thing it was. You was dropped at your salute helping the vision.
Yo, helping the vision, man. Long time no see. Salute to you, man. Respect.
Fucking right. Fucking right. Bring them out.
And going back to, we scared, they put that fear in us. That's why we entertain. That's why we in this digital world. They keep us entertained. We we don't even think for ourselves. That's why they have influencers. We're influenced to think this way. You know what I mean? Stay away from the ways of the world. You know what I mean? Because the world will lead you astray. So when we on here, and especially now in this technology age, when we on Instagram and we're hooked on TikTok, we don't have time to think. That's why meditation is important. Meditation is at peace and a connection with the Almighty and the earth. You know what I mean? And to add to, I want to fall back. So I want to help my man speak. And going back to the pyramids, the pyramid in Giza, I believe that was a generator of power. It wasn't a burial tomb because there's an aqueduct underneath that. Nikola Tesla tried to duplicate the same thing in Long Island in New York, and I've been to his lab. Long Island sits on an aqueduct. So they were radiating energy, like the Baghdad battery and these light bulbs that you see on the pyramids. This was free energy. This was wireless energy, just like your phone could be charged wireless. This ain't new technology. This is old shit introduced to us. Ain't nothing new under the sun. But since you think you came here on a slave ship and ain't nothing here for you, so you don't observe, you have a disconnect to the scientific institutions here in America, which are called pyramids. There's mound pyramids all over America, but they don't teach you this shit. You know what I mean? You have to look for this for yourself. So if you following the mainstream hype, that's a disconnect to your original self. So it's important to meditate. Go out and like spend 40 days in the desert, man, by yourself, so you could get that knowledge and power. I'm gonna fall back, helping the vision, man. Go ahead, man. Speak your mind.
What's good, knowledge, bro? Long time no see, knowledge, bro.
Long time no see, big bro. How you been, man?
No, put God first, stepping 1 feet in front of the other. Other than that, same old thing.
I'm happy you came through, big homie.
Word. Yeah, man, I seen your thing pop up. It's all love. There ain't nothing changed on my end.
Shit, it's all the same, big bro.
You in another country now.
Yeah, man, I'm in Mexico, man.
Man, what made you leave, man? I ain't gonna lie though, is a cheaper way of living. Yeah, you can survive better.
Oh man, it's like that, but it's not. Like, you know what I mean? I thought that too. Yo, bro, I thought that.
Yeah, that's real. Only thing you lacking is the really you could survive better, but the only thing you lacking is your everyday routine. That's it. That's the only thing hurting you. The foods, the crowds, the party. That's the only thing really hurting you. Everything else, you doing way better than nigga in the United States.
Hey, yo, right?
I ain't lying, nigga, here.
Yo, living out here,
going to jail.
Living out here, right? It don't get me wrong, bro. Like it's like I'm in a safe spot. I'm in a safe part. Right, you know what I mean? So it's none of that, you know what I mean? But outside of that, it gets filthy, like it gets crazy. But we're not gonna talk about that, right? But so the only thing I know is that the black people that I'm thinking, even that's out here, by us being away from the states, we will be more fun like runaway slaves. Like, yo, we left the plantation, we about to build a civilization, right?
Yeah,
but the thing is, it's hard because even though you left the states, you still brung it here with you. And it's not even the states, it's the pain, it's the bubble, it's the whatever that you was dealing with that try to run from. Only thing you did was bring it here, but you isolated yourself with it. In the States, you can distract yourself. Like you can do mad stuff. You can distract yourself. But here, there's no distraction. You can't speak the language, so you just can't go out there and chill. You don't really. The food is different, so you just can't go out there and eat yourself away. So what you do is you sit here and you evaluate
Meditate.
yourself. But if you're not loving of yourself, if you're not understanding of yourself, those thoughts can make you say, "Man, fuck that! I'm going back to the States." Because here it's so much with just me in isolation that if you're not like accepting of yourself or good with just your family or just good with yourself, then this is gonna make you run because it's like, hold on, I need help.
That's real
I need
life.
help.
But see,
That's
you
real
But
know,
see,
life.
you
in
know
the
what
in the state,
reality,
let me tell you, like I
reality,
said,
yo.
the states right now, if I fall off, I can go to welfare right now and get emergency food stamps. If I fall off right now, I can get dental care, I can get health care, I get anything I need. If I all I gotta do is sign up and I'll get a couple of things, I can get a I get whatever I need because there's systems for that. Here, there is no fucking system. If you fall off, my nigga, you fell off. That's it. And only way you can get back on if you pick your own feet up. That's it. If you go to Cuba, El Salvador, Honduras, if you go to Brazil, Cuba, those places are no systems. There's no government that helps you, gives you food stamps, they give you help, give you daycare, they give you child support. They don't have no child, they don't have none of that shit, nigga. If you don't make it, you don't make it. Only thing I can tell you is cut up some fucking sandwiches, put a sign outside your door, and make it. That's the only way I can tell you. Get on your bike, deliver or something like that. There's nobody say you can't. There's nobody gonna tell you if it's not gonna be a cop that say, "Hey man, you got license to sell," because you know why? They know you need to do whatever it takes to make money. If a house is abandoned right now, you can go live in there. And if they find out, they can't call the cops. What they gonna tell the cops? Oh, there's somebody living in my house. They can take care of that. They ain't got no problem. There's no system. There's no system for that. So people can just live if it was abandoned. But the only thing I like about here, there's no disrespect. Ain't nobody just going because nobody want no problems. So nobody, if they see a bike outside, ain't nobody gonna touch it. Ain't nobody gonna leave it alone. If you're fucking, if your dog, ain't nobody gonna touch it. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody says nothing. Nobody sees anything. That's how it works. But I live in a safe neighborhood, so if somebody see hop in my fence, they gonna say something. Hey, yo, what's going on? No problem. No problem. They gonna help that because this is a safe neighborhood. There's none of that. And if the cops catch you hopping that, knowing that this is a safe neighborhood, that they have a peace treaty that nobody violates. If they catch you violating, knowing that you're not supposed to violate here, it's gonna be a problem. So that's why it's so safe. Because of that rule alone. There's no place in America right now I say, yo, all the Bloods or Crips, if you violate somebody in my hood, we're gonna terrorize you. There's nobody that has that much power to listen to. But here it is. So I respected that. I'm like, oh shit, I respected that. That's respect. It might be fear, but it's respect. But I ain't gotta live in fear because they have so much respect for them that I can live safe. But America ain't like that. It ain't like that. It ain't nowhere you can go unless it's a white neighborhood that has that
Can't
type
go
of
there.
safety. You can't even go there. But here,
They
you're
ain't safe
black.
no more.
But yo, when you're here in black, nigga, you're a god. Nigga, you're a god. You can be 50 Cent son. They don't know who the fuck that is. They don't 50 Cent. They don't know who the fuck that is. They don't 50 Cent. What? You can lie and be like, yo, bro, I'm Jay-Z nephew. They oh, Jay-Z, hey. They want to take pictures with you and everything. They literally believe anything. You say, yo, this tree, two people died in front of it, and if whoever sit in front of this tree, they'll die. Oh no, go no, they'll stay away from it. They won't even test it. America, they'll test it. Nigga, I'm about to sleep beneath this tree and see if a nigga really died. It's different here. They not even, no problem. Just stay away. That's it, nigga. That's it. America, we test everything. That's why I like it here. Nobody wants no problem. Nobody want no bullshit. Nobody's brainwashed. They just keep it natural, or original. America, you can survive. They'll give me help right now. Right now, I can get a job. But it's the
You gotta think
bullshit.
about it. It's the
Suck my
American
dick,
dream.
perks.
That's the
No,
American
no.
dream, bro.
This right here, fruit every day with seeds in it. Dudes be coming through in trucks, mango, lemon. They be
You
screaming
gotta
and shit
think
like that.
about it now, bro. You know, it's the American dream, bro.
The American
It is.
nightmare.
American dream, bro.
It is though. And
It's
I'm
a
gonna keep it real. I
nightmare.
can see why everybody want to go to America because it's a lot of fucking money. When you go to America, you see a nigga blow 10,000 in a strip club with no problem. He just got a stack and just throwing it. Boom, boom. And then you come here and nigga get paid for $50 a week, and they working over 12 hours, and you getting paid $300 a month, nigga, for fucking 12
Damn.
hours. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you
So when
come.
I
That's what
see
I'm
that,
trying to see. $200 of American dollars. You go over there, you the man.
nigga, yo, $200 is 4,000 pesos. Nigga, that's
Oh
4,000
boy, you
pesos.
the
So
shit.
you do the math. Come on, bro. A soda is only fucking 7 pesos, 6 pesos. A Snicker is only 16 pesos. $1 is 20 pesos. In my
Right.
money, $1 is 20
Income
pesos.
tax
So
check. Income tax check. You could buy a whole mansion over there.
man, you get right, yo. If you're single by yourself, you live by yourself, you can get a condo by the beach for $5 a month, and that's a 2 bedroom. I'm telling you, you can live nice.
Damn.
That's
That's
what.
what I'm
But
trying to
this the
say. You
thing.
be balling. You come
But this
from the
the thing.
States.
A lot of black women move here, and only
Oh.
men that move here is with men that's with the black women. There's no men moving here. Only black men that's really moving here is men that has families. Other than that, there's not. Only single black men move is to Vietnam, Thailand, and shit like that. They move there. They don't move here. They don't mess with. But the black women, they move here. A lot of them. And if they got a man, he moved with them. Like it wasn't his decision. It was like, yo, baby, what with Mexico? Hell no. Hell no. So I started even thinking that. And then why do a lot of black women move here without a black man? It's hundreds of them, hundreds of them. And they don't, I mean, they don't even want one. They wear the African shit. They wear like the African scarves but when it comes to a black man, hell no, they're not fucking with them no more. They baby dad, their dad, they're examples of a black man. They left that shit alone. And the first thing they say, black men don't leave. They don't get their passport. They don't want to leave. They fight in a battle that they won't win. They won't. They
Because
just rather stay on the land and just fight a war that they're not really even fighting. They just talk about fighting. But nobody's out there shooting nobody with guns. Nobody even like, we don't feel safe here. I feel more safe in this foreign land than
that's
in
not a
my own
foreign
land.
that's not a foreign land, my
But the way,
dude.
but
That's our land.
it is when you don't know language, and it is when you see how they violate. Yo, I can tell
All
you some
right,
shit, but I'm scared to
because
talk about it on here. But I'm gonna tell you some real shit. When you see it for yourself, fuck what they say on TV. They only show you a minuscule of how real it is, nigga. Like I mean, for real. Like nigga, you don't understand. And for a black woman to say it's safer here, nigga, here to be what you don't need a black nigga. These 5 gallon waters, you can't even drink the water here. You can't drink the water here. You need to grab 5 gallon waters because the water here is from a cenote, so it has limestone in it. A black woman can't carry 5 gallons of water. So who's carrying it for you? You didn't? Did you think about that? Like, yo, you got to carry water. You got your child out here. You got all this out. You about to come out by yourself? And she like, yup, yup.
that's
What?
life. That's life, bro. Here in America, this shit is all psychological, bro. You know what I mean? They keep us here. Like recently, I'm studying
That's a
Puerto
fact.
Rico, and I'm like, I come from this beautiful land where I could probably buy, 3 to 5 acres in a tropical place for like 70 grand. Why am I here stuck in the United States trying to live this American dream? This American dream is a nightmare.
Bullshit.
It's an okey doke. This shit is a psyop. You know what I mean? The world is so big. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And there's so much outside this world that they don't want you to see the
that's a
reality.
fact.
You know what I mean? You're in
That's
the
a fact.
truth. Like I said, the truth can't be hidden or denied. That's why they treat the black people like gods, because that's the
They
original
do.
man, and it's
They
on the
do.
pyramids, it's on their walls. So they must respect that. You know what I mean? If
They
you do
do.
not,
They
you
do.
gotta respect that, bro. That's
But
what I'm
we
saying.
don't.
Is
We don't respect each other for being gods.
because
But
we're lost. The
that's what I'm
Americans are
saying.
lost. Remember, this ain't America. This is the United States of
Yeah.
America. This is a psyop. America is fucking huge, and they want you to stay here to harvest your energy. Your energy is money. Your creativity is motherfucking currency. That's
Yeah.
why people live off the land there. You live off your creativity,
There
off
you
your
go.
energy,
And that's
off
what I'm
your
learning.
currency.
I'm learning
Um,
that. They took that from
people
me.
yeah, people in the United States are all sheep. They
Yeah.
following the same trends because they've been psychologically affected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't know what life is. This is a false reality. Real life is different than this false reality that we're living in. That's why big up to you, and I wanted to speak to you. And I had to ask you no questions because you explained everything I
Mhm.
was gonna ask. You know what I mean? And I'm
I'm
gonna
learning
fall
that
back.
right now,
That's
bro.
real
I'm learning
talk.
right now. In the States, like I said, I can get a job. I can sell. I can do something to make money because I knew the way. Here, it doesn't work that way, but it makes you be like right now. If I was a singer or a rapper, I would literally have to go out there every fucking day without no on my own and have to make it happen. So by me living in the States, I've always had the government help. Even though I was against them, I always had help from them. Like I always had some type of help from them. Coming here, it's like nigga, all the help is done. You gotta live off the land now. And it's like you talk all that shit about you want to live off the land. Remember Don P? Yo, Don P, I want to live off the land. Now you talk all that shit, right? Now you have to do it. So now I'm like, oh shit. So bro, I mean, you really have to. And it ain't no gloves, nigga. They don't pull up gloves. They don't pull up a fucking grass with gloves. Nigga, they use bare hands. They still use sickles and shit. Nigga, I got a machete that I have to use to cut my grass. You know how hard it is to cut grass with a machete, nigga? Nigga, that's real shit. But you be seeing women 60 years old out there cutting, nigga. Like I'm thinking to myself, yo, you really got to be strong out here. America makes you weak. It makes you lazy. I'm watching people climb and get their own coconuts. I'm watching people do real shit, build their own shit. And you sit here complaining, yo, Mexicans don't call no bulldozer. It ain't no fucking crane. Them niggas got sledgehammers and they're breaking the bricks down by themselves and they're grabbing that shit, taking it to somewhere else. It ain't no dump truck that comes and break it up and they put, no, nigga, everything's by hand. This whole house by hand. I'm watching them, but I'm like, yo, they are still like the Mayans. They still have that culture in them. And I'm looking at us and them. I'm like, oh shit, this is me, but I'm not looking at that because America, they say, yo, you Mexican, you Puerto Rican, nigga, you black, you Indian, you this. Constructs. When I come here, I'm looking at like, hold on. Nigga, we are everything. Nigga, anybody of a melanin color is the original people just in their own way or their own whatever. But when you go anywhere that's black, I swear to God, they look at you different than a white person. When they see a white person, they see money. That's all they see. He got money, whatever like that. When they see us, they see power, superiority. They see love. They see culture. They see dancing. They see art. They see so much, and they're infatuated with it. But when I'm in America, I don't get that same infatuation with me being who I am. I have to either have a job. I either have to have a car. I even have to have money. So it ain't me that's impressive. It's what I got. Here, it ain't about what you got. It's about the person you are. Because you can have a lot of money, and as soon as they pick up your energy as bad, they be like, yo, I don't like you. It's over. It's over. It ain't even about money. It's about your energy. So here, if you're a good person, you can survive. But if you got a lot of money, you're a bad person, you're not gonna make it. America, you will. Because people gonna fuck with you because you got money. It ain't about money here. It ain't about money.
Nah, man, this is, they stick to the structure, you know what I mean? They have morals and rules, basically. You know what I mean? Understanding. So we must respect each other. Like in here in America, it ain't no respect. You gotta give respect to get respect. Down there, respect counts a lot. Your personality and who you are counts more than your monetary value. Because here in America, a lot of these dudes, how they gain to the top by doing wickedness, you know what I mean? By taking advantage of the other man. And you know how you hustle down in Mexico? You hustle to these fucking ignorant Americans. You hustle them niggas knowledge. So whether you gotta sling, some smoke to them when they come down here, or sling a motherfucking, made in Mexico or whatever, that's why you sling to them. What's your creativity sells, son. So these dumb Americans come down there and it's a motherfucking bring me back. I was one. Yeah. I was one too. You know what I mean? And I say dumb American, and I still live in America. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I finally, notice the construct and break those chains. You know what I mean? That's why I'm trying to make a change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why different than them. We see money,
and that's why I respect you so much, knowledge. Even though sometimes I think about it, to be honest with you, bro, I'd be like, damn, man, I missed a chance to fucking see knowledge in real life, bro. You know what I mean? He was right there in New York, man. But even that don't affect me, son, because I know more or less being on this YouTube for 3 years, if I need help and I'm like, yo, knowledge, I need to come to Mexico right now, I know, the arms is open. That's why I came to YouTube, to make connection and links, not to make enemies and be wrong, you know what I mean? Now, with knowledge, I made a connection, yo. Wherever I go, knowledge is in Mexico. I get into problems in the States, I could run to Mexico, knowledge got me.
Exactly.
Mark Woke, I met on YouTube. If I get into problems, I could run to Rhode Island with open arms. You know what I mean? And I don't know about me and Grizz relationship like that, but I think Grizz is official. So if I got problems, then I'll be like, yo, Grizz, I got to run down to Florida. I'm pretty sure he's going to accept me with open arms. And that's why I came on YouTube and you too. And we used to speak about this. It's to make links, not enemies, because anywhere in this world you need links, bro. So please, everybody out there, stop, you know what I mean, hating on motherfuckers that's doing better than you. Create links, not enemies, man, because we'll make progress and move forward with more links than enemies, man. You know what I mean? Right now, I can move up and down the East Coast. I don't plan to do anything wrong, but God forbid I get into something and I gotta run. I got places to go because I made links, even if it was on YouTube. You know what I mean? I made links, bro, not
Hey
enemies.
yo, I'm thinking about this, right? This is what I'm thinking about. I watched the nigga Nature Boy, right? Now I'm not a fan of the nigga, but
Man, that nigga in jail, man.
I looked at the nigga when he first started, right? Because I was in like
Man, Nature
this.
Boy, pure weirdo.
Yeah, he's a weirdo, man. He's a clown. But I fuck his character. I
Is that
always
all
look
this
at
shit gets to you? All the fame and you know
yeah,
what I
fuck
mean?
yeah,
All
that's
the
what happened.
women
That's
and
what
all
happened,
that
right?
shit. This
So
shit fucking.
before that, right? Before that, he was a clown before that because that nigga was doing some faggot shit. But before that, I ain't got nothing. I don't chill with the nigga, so I don't give a fuck what he did, right? But I'm just looking at the nigga strength, right? So the nigga in New York, whatever, like that, boom, boom. And he said, "Yo, I'm gonna go to the fucking the jungle, right?" So you like, what the fuck? Niggas go to the jungle, right? Nigga living in tents and shit like that. But the nigga he's fucking recording this shit. So he's showing people like, yo, I'm out here doing it now. I'm watching people. Now I'm looking like, oh shit, this shit is fire. But I'm not thinking of actually like, but people are like, yo, I want to go. I want to join the tribe. I'm like, yo, people really join it. And people will give his assets. People will give all this shit because they didn't have it,
Yeah, but they was
because they was
doing that.
lost.
That was like
They was
on
lost.
some.
They was lost.
Yeah, that was
And I see
no.
it.
That was like on some. That was like on some
Yeah,
False
weirdo shit
prophets.
though.
but this how they
False
That
looking at it.
everybody
prophets.
who stayed there
Yeah.
slept with each other. That's the
And but
crazy
see,
part.
but this the thing.
The
They didn't
men
look at
slept
it
with the
at that
men.
time.
The women slept with the men. Man, that's some nasty
No,
perverted.
but this how they looking at it. But listen,
Man, come on, man.
when you have a man, right? And I
That's
watch
some
how weak
weird
people
shit,
are.
yo.
That's what I'm saying. When you have a weak person, when you have people that's weak, and you have a man that they seem to, that's how the government is, right? When people are weak, they listen to anything that makes sense because they follow you. So it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It just matters because the leader is saying it. So because the government is our leader, we don't matter what's right or what's wrong. We just follow what the leaders say. So when I
Nah,
see
that
how
was a
we
sex cult.
it was weird. It was deeper than that.
That
It
was a
was deeper than
sex
that.
cult, right?
Yo, these niggas,
That
I'm gonna
was,
keep it
man.
real. It was just a whole bunch of cornballs that had heart to leave, and they all was
Master
weird in their own way.
manipulators.
Yeah,
Master
they
Man,
were,
manipulators.
and that's what
no,
it was. You
man.
know what I mean?
Y'all
It
really
was
must have
weird.
ain't really know who not old boy was. Man, old boy, man, that dude was some funny. Say every
Yeah,
dude that went there to sleep with him.
yeah, he was
You can
Come
see it
gay.
on,
in his
man.
face.
Them niggas went there to sleep with each other, man.
And yo, he was gay. He was gay before he was doing that shit because this nigga was gay before.
That
This
nigga
nigga,
been doing that shit, man. They said him and old boy used to be messing around. Him and the nigga Young Pharaoh, man.
They prey on the weak and the lost.
Come
They
on,
prey
man.
on
They
the
caught
weak and
them
the
niggas
lost.
on the
there you
sofa
go.
on some shit, man.
That's what I'm saying. Once I seen people follow, because I'm a real nigga, so I see like I don't care. I'm just looking at oh shit, the nigga really did some brave shit like that. And the thing about it, the nigga's telling you like yo, I let my son touch me. I let this happen. I fucked the dude, and people hearing this shit.
Man.
Now dudes is like man, he's a fucking cornball. Fuck him. But it wasn't the dudes that was supporting him. It was the women. It was the women looking at him like he's being open, he's being himself, he's telling the truth. A lot of y'all don't be open about y'all feelings. All of y'all ain't gonna tell y'all ain't perfect. So they was defending that nigga to the point where he was surviving off, not off money, but off his donations. So when I watch people fall victim to sucker shit, I'm thinking to myself, why can't I build something like that, but with real niggas? And my mom think myself, well,
Realness
shit.
don't sell, bro. Realness don't sell.
And I'm gonna
And
keep it
matter,
real. What you just said right there, that's a fact. Because it doesn't matter how many motherfuckers say they real. When they put in real situations, they don't end up being real. They don't.
word up. And recently, the past couple of days, I was looking at Hassan Campbell. You know what I mean? He's a
Oh
master
man, nigga don't
manipulator.
mess with that
Now,
nigga either.
now
I don't know.
remember,
I don't
remember
fuck
who
with
he
that nigga.
came over. He came under the master manipulators, people that was gaming you for money. You know what I mean? Which are so-called the conscious community. He came up under these people, so
Yeah,
he
so
knows
better
how to
now.
use. Yeah, correct. Sanetta and them. I don't want to say his name, but Sanetta and them. So these are people that hustle the people. So since he came up studying under them, he learned how to manipulate the people as well. So, and relating to this, these niggas will tell you two truths and one lie. So since you believe the true truths and you know that they're facts, so you might fall for the one lie right away. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, right in between.
at face value, because you know that these two truths were facts. So the one lie, you might fall for it because you believe the two truths and you believe this dude was saying the two truths. Know what I mean? And remember, like I said, master manipulators.
Yeah,
Hassan Campbell is a
yeah.
master manipulator. He knows how to work the crowd. You know what I mean? I felt for
I
the
seen
okie
him.
doke too. I felt for the
No, but
okie doke
see,
too.
majority of that shit is scripted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
because
know what I'm saying? That shit is scripted, yo. Like,
he was the one that brought me to this sector. You know what I mean? But after following him, we might fall for the okie doke at a glance, but after studying them, we realize what the fuck is going on, and it's master manipulation of the brain. Those that are weak fall for the okie doke. You know what I
yo,
mean?
but
hey,
Those,
I'm big off character. I'm really big off character. And the first time
he
I see
working
Hassan
for the
Campbell,
system, though, yo.
from the fucking first time I seen this nigga, first of all, and the only first time I seen the nigga, I didn't know him. And when I heard First Dose talk about him, he was, or I'm like, who the fuck is they talking about? And I seen that nigga, and he was like, yo, whatever. And I'm like, yo, when I first seen this nigga, light skinned nigga with this long ass hair, and his name Poppy, right? So even his character, from the door, I'm like, I'm not listening to nothing the nigga saying. I'm not listening to no light skinned nigga with a slick back. I don't give a fuck what you with glasses and shit. I'm not, and your name Poppy. Fuck no, I'm not listening to that nigga. But this in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, but you listen to this nigga. You didn't see that? Like you didn't see that? Like you didn't see like cornball? Like what you didn't see? It was nothing I saw that said, yo, he's like a real nigga. Everything I seen, like, yo, he just lived in New York. That's the only thing
Now
I seen.
that
Like, he
man
like
ain't
New
never
York.
produced.
That's it.
You know, I used
I
to
didn't see
listen to him
nothing
when he
real.
first came on to
Never.
try to
I
figure
when I
him
first
out.
saw him, I'm like, yo, I'll
Yeah,
never
man.
listen to him.
One story he said,
Never.
let me know he was a YouTube plant. You hear me? The story when he holler out, what that nigga said? That nigga said, the dude Bambada did something to him.
yo,
When he
I'm
said
sorry to
that,
interrupt.
what tripped me out, you hear me? I ain't believe him because like a month later, he highlighted the first person did him something was his brother.
Yeah,
And that
but he
killed
ran with.
everything.
Look, man, to be honest with y'all, if I come over here, if I knew that I would come on YouTube, even though it's a lie, and say fucking knowledge bang me in the ass, and I knew I was gonna make money, my nigga, I might say knowledge bang me in the ass. Give me that $30,000 or $20,000 a month that YouTube is paying me, just for a fucking lie. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
that's
he
what's
he
going on though, yo.
he noticed the game and he ran with it, and he was playing off of people's emotions, us being us that are real and empathetic and sympathetic towards people who's molested. So he played
Yeah,
off of people's
he ran with
emotions,
that.
and that's what caught our attention. Like, damn, damn, I feel bad for this dude, but this shit could have been made up. Look at how Ron B.
That
Stinger's
shit
like, yo, that's
was
my
made up,
story.
man.
Ron B. Stinger's like, yo, that was my
That's
story. And
yeah,
like,
cause
yo,
look, think about it.
who
That's why he popped up on the scene. Yeah, because the Stinger dude, it really was his story, but they needed somebody to shut him up, and that's when he came
correct.
out.
Yeah, so he came in and jumped into the script. When I've
Yeah,
noticed that, Bombada was running around New York and this dude ain't doing shit, I'm like, yo, this dude's all talk because he ain't showing and proving. He talk a good
Shaking
game,
his hand and
but he
shit.
ain't proving, son.
Nigga
So,
shaking your
like
hand
I
after you
said,
rape
master
me.
manipulators, they play off our
man,
emotions.
all the shit that
Yeah,
man has said, he was the first big YouTube snitch that they ever had on him.
Hey,
They
yo,
yeah.
talking
right?
about 6ix9ine, man. He ratted on the whole Zulu nation.
See, that's why I'm
And
saying
that's
it.
that's
That's
where
why
I
I like
jumped
it
in the
here.
game.
That's why I like it here because that shit doesn't exist here. None of that
No,
politics.
that don't exist here.
That
It
shit
don't
doesn't exist
exist here
here.
either, you hear me?
It don't
You
exist.
know,
All that.
I look at it
There's none of that.
like
Nobody knows those people. Nobody
it's
knows
a
none of. Nobody's watching YouTube like that here.
see that Star Life
There's
like
not
here
even unlimited
too.
plans. There's not even unlimited plans. Like you got unlimited plans in America. Like even right now, I got two phones. I got an American phone and I got this phone I'm on right now, and this is my Mexican phone. In America, you get Cricket, AT&T, unlimited, $50 a month. Here, nigga, no, nigga, you only get 2 gigabytes a month, and only thing is free is Facebook and WhatsApp and some other shit. That's it. Instagram is not free. If so, if you use too much data, you will not have no more. YouTube, use too much. So watching YouTube for long periods of time, they will not do that. So when you see people outside, they don't have cell phones like that. They do, but they use it for WhatsApp and they use it to play games. That's the only place I know they play games on their fucking phone. They play games because nobody got an Xbox. Nobody got no PS5 and shit. Hell no. Nigga, I gotta go make tacos. I can't be out here playing PS5. Nigga, if I play PS5, I won't make no money. That's how they still live. So politics takes time. And they don't have time to politic. They don't. So I'm like, oh shit. I don't see no YouTube sensations from Mexico like that. Like sensations. No. Influencers. It's a couple, but they not nowhere compared to America. Like Show Speed and Kaya Scent and all that. Hell no. Ain't no Mexicans like hell no. Hell no.
That's why it's better there because they don't fall for the illusion. Out here, we out here looking at an illusion what was sold to us. Over there, they stick to the business necessities. This is what we gotta do, not what we want, but what we need and what we gotta do to stick to the
I ain't bought
script.
no clothes since I've been here. I didn't buy new outfits since I've been here. I'm thinking
Man, they
myself,
don't
I'm
survive.
gonna tell you why. Why, yo, bro, when you wear your clothes from America here, you stand out automatically. You're a black man. You got these clothes on. Even this, they don't wear colors like this. Popeye. Who the fuck is Popeye? They don't know about no. So you even the outfit and it matches sneakers. They like, who the fuck is this dude? Like he could tell you not from out here. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking to myself, I have to start even buying their clothes because my clothes stand out. It's too much. It's too flashy. And if you go to the wrong area, you know what I mean? So it's just like you want to fit in. So clothes doesn't have a value because clothes just showing your finance. So if you're showing that you have so much finance, then it's like your opportunity. So you have to just be regular. Be regular. In America, fuck that. Nigga, I can't do that. I gotta have the Jordans. I gotta have this. I gotta have this. I gotta have this. I gotta have this. And it doesn't matter here. For what? You just walking in them.
It don't
You just
matter
walking.
either.
It
You
does
know
matter.
that out here the same thing. You can have that. So
Hell
you
yeah.
go in the wrong spot, somebody gonna pop you upside your head.
They
Get
don't,
that
but
out.
no, but see, that's the difference. They're gonna shoot you. They're not gonna. It's different. It's just totally different. They don't have guns, bro. They don't have guns, bro. They don't have no guns, bro. They don't have no guns, bro. They will mutilate you, bro. But it's. I look at it as like, yo, I'd rather be safe because I'm gonna tell you something. It's safer here, yo. I'm telling you something because when you look at the way it's set up, it's
It
like this. How I look at it. If you want to
is the
be
way you
tough,
carry yourself,
if you want to be gangster, there's a road for that. Now I'm gangster, but I'm a gangster American, right? So I look at it like, yo, to be more yourself, that's what I'd rather be. I'd rather be more myself. But this lets you be yourself. In America, I can't be myself because the judgment. Being a good person here is tolerated, it's respected. Being a good person in America can be looked at as weak or it won't get as much sympathetic. It's like, yo, man, why you crying so much, nigga? Why are you doing this so much? But if you're doing that here, people is more in tune with their emotions and more in tune with the understanding of just what people go through or just struggle. So they look at you different, you know what I mean? But in America, hell no, niggas want to hear that shit. Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga, and just keep it pushing, nigga. Take this perk, nigga, or nigga, or go to Jesus, or go to church, some shit like that. They don't know how to really tap into you. They don't
It's
know
all
nothing.
on a person, yo.
Yeah,
At the end of the
Yeah, and
day, it's all on a person.
a
we are out
fact.
of touch with reality over here, man. That's the real over there. You know what I mean? We are out of touch with reality. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Word up.
I never had no fucking banana tree. I ain't even know
Everybody
banana
ain't.
is a plant. It's not a tree. Tree has wood. Bananas don't have wood, so it's a plant, right? You have a banana plant. It's different than the plants that the bananas in my
It's
house.
a
Like you
palm.
say,
It's
they
a
got a lot
palm.
of
The
people.
He's a
banana
palm.
palm
So
is a
banana
palm.
palm, right? So even with the bananas, when I first had, I'm like, oh shit, I got fucking like fucking 7, 8 pounds of bananas. I'm gonna fucking eat these forever, right? Those shits only lasted a week. Those shits go like this. I'm thinking to myself, how they go so fast? But the bananas in your house, those shits last for at least a week or two, something like that. I think to myself, why they didn't last that long? It's because they're the ones at home, they are forced to mature. So they put them in a
Genetic.
place where genetically the force mature. Here, they're naturally growing and naturally dying. So as soon as you take it off the tree, it's going through its process of dying. It's going through its process. And here, nigga, that shit can sit in your house and it could be 2 weeks and you start seeing some brown spots. Here, man, that shit start dying. So then I start learning different things like, damn, meat, even meat. If you buy meat from the butcher, that meat don't last long. It doesn't last long in your free. It doesn't. It doesn't last long. The meat from Walmart does. I look at
Be,
that. The
because
eggs,
here in America, they put that shit through a process. They gas that shit to preserve
glue,
it. You know what I
all
mean?
this shit.
We're not aware of that. You know what I
They
mean? They
don't allow
preserve that
chemtrails
shit.
here. They just banned chemtrails here. They have banned. You cannot fly chemtrails here. They just took that off. That you can look that up. They just banned that. They are not allowed to do that. They're not allowed to use real white sugar. They're not allowed to use glucose. They're not allowed
High
to use a lot of.
fructose corn syrup is
Nope.
illegal over there.
They can't use
That's
none of
why
that shit.
those
What?
Coca-Colas that come in that old bottle and they say sugar from Mexico, they're more expensive,
Yeah,
but they have sugar, not high fructose corn syrup. You know what I mean?
I'm
In a
telling you.
lot of places, that shit is banned. You
I
know?
didn't even know
Um,
this. I don't know this,
yeah,
bro.
and a lot of the fruits and stuff we get here, that shit is gas to mature. They get that
Yeah,
shit from out of state premature. It ain't even ready. It ain't even ripe.
they
But
force
when
it.
they bring that shit to America, they force it through chemical manipulation. You know what I mean? Gas manipulation. And that's why
They're
you're
eating it.
talking what you talk.
You know what
Because
spam
you're
is? You know what spam is? You know what's in spam?
a hot dog
Propane.
is all
Propane.
processed and
Propane.
yeah.
That's why if you put in there fire and spray it, it'll catch on fire. Phew. I didn't know that. I thought it was just butter with compressed air, nigga. I thought it was like oil with compressed air. No, it's propane. So when you spray that in your pan and you get it to your kids, you know what's in cereal? Paint thinner. The same that's in Captain Crunch, it's called fluoride sodium or some shit, fluorsodium, whatever this. That shit is in your fucking cereal, Captain Crunch. They don't eat cereal here. They don't fucking cereal. They have
And
it
let
at
me interrupt
Walmart,
right there.
but
That's
you
the
don't
problem
buy
with our
it.
children and the ADHD and motherfucking running rampant here. You know what I mean? Because those dyes and those food colorings that they add to our food, it affects us,
Not
biologically.
here. They don't eat that shit. They don't eat that
You
shit.
know?
They eat
Now
that
now
shit.
everybody, now I'm speaking to the public audience. If y'all hear this, go to the supermarket and look at the labels and see how many products are produced with genetically engineered foods. A lot of the cereals and a lot of shit, it says produced with bioengineered chemicals or
Yeah,
bioengineered plants, almost like the Cheerios too.
it's a
So
fact.
I'm trying to open everybody's eyes. When y'all go to the supermarket, look at the labels, man. Produced with
Damn that all the
bioengineered
food.
stuff. Correct, correct. If you look in your pantry, look at the labels, man, and
Did I
open
tell
your
you
eyes, man.
what they be putting on there? Artificial.
Yeah, produced by what they call that shit. But you know what it is.
Artificial artificial flavor. Artificial flavors. So that's just what you're talking about. Produced by a factory. Everything
Or or
artificial.
or made with genetically engineered
Hey yo,
products.
this
That's
is
what it
milk.
says.
This is milk. Leche. So y'all know this is Mexican or Spanish. You know this is leche. This is milk. If you look at the ingredients, only thing it says is milk and some vitamin A and shit like that. That's it. That's it. Probably glare. That's it. It says fucking leche, vitamin A, D, and then that's it. It shows you where else it's come from. That's it. That's all it says. It don't have nothing else in it. It comes in a carton. It's not even they don't put it in a cold place. They put it on the shelf. They put it on the shelf. It doesn't sit in the cold area. Milk don't be cold. Keep it in warm. When you want to use it, you put it in the refrigerator and then you wait till it gets cold, so like that. But if you could buy 7 milks, keep one in the refrigerator and keep all the rest in the fucking cabinet. It's milk. Milk home. The cows are black and white. The cows here and every elsewhere I traveled have hair on them and they're brown. So I'm thinking, even when you go to Africa and all these places, there's no black and white cows. Only in America. They're mixed with the black cows and stuff like that.
Genetically engineered.
So I'm watching it and you see them. You see the black and white cows, but if you see a cow in the woods, because they have them in the woods, they don't have a farm. The niggas be right outside, whatever. Like, so when you see one wild, they have hair on them, fur and shit like that. So I'm thinking to myself, why in America is different? So I'm learning this shit, like, oh shit, black and white cows. Remember you said the brown cows had chocolate milk? Oh, the brown cows with chocolate milk, and the black and white ones give us real milk. So you thinking, why ain't no black and white was nowhere else? Ain't nowhere else.
Cause man, don't you know
Deep.
who that was? Dick Gregory said the same thing. Cows was an experiment.
Yeah, well, cows are not indigenous to the Americas, bro. Them shits was made and brought here, man, along with a bunch of other animals. You know what I mean? And Looking at our biology, we're plant based. That's why these proteins and these red meats, they affect us. They clog our arteries. They shorten our lifespan. That's why
Yeah,
people that live in islands and remote areas, or people, that stick to the original script of living, off the land and organic, that's why they live longer. And that's why we live shorter. That's why you see the people that live 100 years, they in islands, and in places where
That's a
they're
fact.
more original to the land and not with all this genetically engineered and all these chemicals. You know what I mean? Where do you
yeah,
see
Yo,
bro.
motherfuckers
Fast food
in a
took a lot of people out, bro.
yeah, where you see motherfuckers in America, they live into 80 years old, if that. Other people in other places, you know what I mean, where they live off the land, they live to be 115 years old.
hey
It's
yo,
because what we intake.
all this. I'm gonna tell you something. Ain't no nursing home out here. Ain't no fucking nursing home. Nursing home. It ain't no like all these like what is it called? Like when you want to like if a woman pregnant and you want to get ultrasound or shit. For what, man? Like, I mean, that's all. Like, you want to get a picture of the baby, want to see his heartbeat. Listen, you know the baby's alive. You can feel it. You can feel it inside. You can know it's doing good. All you gotta do is eat better, shit like that.
Instincts.
America.
Instincts.
So this is the thing, right? They take it away from you, right? So when I watch how when I come here, how I'm still like psychologically like damaged from the system, it really makes me realize how much damage they really did to me. I only thought it was just like jobs and black, but when I come here and they say now you gotta be yourself. And fuck all that gang banging, fuck all that other shit. And that doesn't exist no more. It doesn't exist. You're a whole new person. Now, all the shit you wanted to do, you're an opportunity to do it. So now I'm like, oh shit, bro. Like,
Show and prove. Now it's time to show and
damn.
prove who you
Now it's
are.
time to show and prove. So now it's like all the shit that you was taught, you got to unlearn to relearn. And it's amazing because when you see these people survive with nothing and they make something that we take advantage of. Like I said, like even the food is so resourceful. The crystals and the price value is not high because it's natural. It's natural shit. America, for if you go to Whole Foods and that shit is even poison, they charge you a lot of money for bullshit. For bullshit. But in your mind, you
Shit,
eat
that
Whole
shit done got
Foods.
high enough.
Just like you said, fast foods. They tell you when you come to Mexico, do not eat fast foods. Eat from the locals. Do not eat fast foods. That's your whole point of moving here, to get away from that fucking bullshit. They tell you that. When you do go there, it's not the same. Don't get me wrong, it'd be good, but here, locals, they cut up their own shit. You see, they cut up everything. It's fresh right there. Back home, it's different.
Yeah,
It's
everything
different.
processed.
And what you and then your mind is processed. You have a processed mind. Your mind is processed. The food you eat is processed. So how can you be alive when the food you eat is dead? You eating food that's dead, been dead for fucking months. Months.
You
You
gotta
don't even
think
know this.
about it, bro. We born cannibals.
And that's what I'm saying. And so when you get to an
No,
environment
no,
where
we're
you
not
can't,
born cannibals. I'm
we're
sorry,
not we're
knowledge.
we're,
We're not
we're
born
taught that.
cannibals.
Yes,
We're
We're
we
taught
is
taught
that.
that.
born
You
We're
know
cannibals.
what
taught
I
that.
mean? Going back to
We
Prodigy from
born
Mob Deep.
cannibals, bro.
You see how he overcame his challenges with the sickle cell. He said he started eating greens and eating a diet that was specific to him, and that's
Yeah.
what helped him out. You know what I mean? So there's,
That's
just like
right.
Dr. Sebi, there's natural remedies to overcome
Dr.
these
Africa.
products and these chemistries and these chemicals that are put into our bodies. So it's important to
Yeah, man, my
detox.
bad, bro. I laid up there and said Dick Gregory. That wasn't Dick Gregory, that was Dr. Sebi said ain't no cows existed. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, these people be old as hell, bro. They be walking their parents and they be like 100 years old. They look like skeletons, bro. They be in a wheelchair and they still be pushing them out. Oh,
They
you want
strong as a
something? You want
motherfucker.
something? You know what I mean?
They
And this is my
healthy,
mind.
yeah.
This I look at my mind. They don't believe in when your mother get a certain age, you put her up. The mother lives with the child and she take care of them until she passes, right? So I'm like, damn, that shows you how important family is. And where I'm from, my mom live in her own house, and when she go through her own problems, is either she go to a hospital and they fix her up, or if I got the spare, I move her in. But it's not like the mindset. It has to wait till it happens. They don't have that mindset. If they
But
see
see, it's
something that's going
different
on
over there, though.
over,
You know what I'm saying?
but see,
They
that's the
got the
original
over
way of
there. You
living.
got to live to stick together because ain't
And
really
I
no
like that.
opportunity. You
I
know what I'm
like
saying?
that.
You
I
got to
like that
you
because
got to stay, you know what I'm saying? You're in a bind, so you can't give up on each other.
now that's what
Like,
I
you
like
know,
because once the system came involved, we gave up on each other. When I look
no,
at
we didn't.
history, I'm gonna tell you
Yeah,
why.
we
History
ain't give
shows
up, bro.
we didn't give up, but our fight is
We
different.
just got
We don't
greedy.
fight the war based on like the way we fight war now. It ain't the same psychologically, scientifically, or even learning the war. We just know we have to fight, but you don't even know who you're really fighting because I see you put more time fighting each other than actually fighting the enemy. Because if you knew who the
Facts.
enemy was, you will put more. You will have more understanding of who you're talking about. A lot of people say, "Who is your enemy?" They'll just say, "Well, the system, the system." Well, who is behind the system? Or the FBI, CIA, the grounds, whatever. It's deeper than that, bro. You're talking just a surface above, man. There's so many things that they have knowledge about. From if you watch water and you put water near a speaker, the water will change vibrations off the frequency. If your body is made of 65% water or 72% water to based on
85%
male or female, what you think that frequency when you listen to music does to your body? See, that's what I'm saying.
manipulates
It's
it.
deeper. It's deeper. So when you hear that drill music or you hear that certain, your water in your body makes a different frequency. And they know that. That's why they took instruments out of the music. See, they're so advanced, but that's what I say, who advanced? I don't even know if they're even people, man. I don't even know who they are, but I
All
do
right.
know
Remember
that
that the fallen
it's
angels
deep.
fell to this earth with knowledge, you know what I mean? Which was the wicked, which taught us how to make weapons, how to deceive man, taught women how to manipulate, deceive man with makeup and other tricks. You know what I mean? Look
No,
at the
that
book
been
of
going
Enoch.
on since back in the
Yeah,
G,
yeah, yeah.
man. Makeup.
Look at the book of Enoch. You know what I mean? Because we've been manipulated
That's a good book.
psychologically, man. We've been brainwashed, man. We lost our way of life. You know, and going back to what you were saying, it was like a village. Me, that I was born in Puerto Rico, not here in the mainland. You know, grandma took care of us. There was no
Yeah,
need for a babysitter because
yeah,
we was at grandma's house. Grandma
yeah,
took care of
yeah.
us and gave us this discipline. And it goes down from generation to generation. And that's why the original woman, the black woman, is under attack so hard because they're the fucking structure. They're the fucking backbone of civilization. Know what I mean? So that's why if you manipulate them and break them down, you can break down civilization because you're gonna break us down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
And they
that's
breaking
why
it down.
correct, and that's why they breaking us down. The structure of life is family, communication, and
Yeah,
love. Blood don't make love. Blood don't make family. Love makes family. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Word is born because love overrules all, and we're emotional. We're human beings. We're based on our emotions. Our emotions are manipulated by the system, by our guidance, by our influencers. You know what I mean? So we are all influenced, but we intake. Watch what you watching because what you
yeah.
watch and you intake can affect you. That's visual cancer, visual propaganda, visual negativity, visual evil. You know what I mean? So what you take intake can affect your life and how you live. You know what I mean? Going back, that's why
Gotta
we
watch
have
what you do out
influence.
here.
Yeah, watch what you're watching because the influencers might influence you into the wrong shit,
See, I
bro.
always
That's
say, it's still always on the person, though.
that's a
I could
fact.
tell you a million and one things. That's on you to do it. I could lie to you all day. That's on you to believe it. Because one thing
Yeah.
you will know about a person that tell you anything, see if they'll do it. If they ain't gonna do it, they telling you anything.
Word up, actions speak louder than words. A motherfucker can tell you whatever the fuck they want, but watch their actions. A chick might tell you I love you, but watch her actions. Or a dude might tell you you my brother and I love you, but watch his actions. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Actions speak louder than words, man. You know?
We, but you know what happens though? We're so. And I can't speak on everybody because we know the game, but I can't speak that everybody does. The difference is
Got
some
a
people are
game
so
going.
some people are so hurt, and some people are so broken, and some people are so damaged that when somebody tells them like, "Yo, I love you," you just like, "Oh my God,
They
oh
ain't gonna
man, I
believe that.
finally," you know what I mean? But you don't even know who's saying they love you. You don't even know the person that's saying they love you because you don't even know if they even have it in them to love you because you don't even know if they even love themselves enough to love themselves. So you have to watch but we don't watch. We just accept. So we'll say, "Damn, that person love me, man. Fuck what you say, man. That person love this girl, love me, yo. This girl love me." But she's showing you signs of no love. Like this ain't what love looks like. But you're listening to the words and you're not going off actions, right? And a lot of people do that because we're hurt. We're lonely. We're lonely, and we want somebody.
You know the
And
old
that's what's
school
sad.
saying. You know the old school saying, bro. Nobody wants to die alone, bro.
Yeah, man. But you die. I'd rather die alone than die with a person that don't love you, yo.
Word
I ain't
up.
lying,
And
yo.
and let me
If I
not,
do go,
let me
I just rather die with God on my side. I don't really care about
Yeah,
none of that other shit.
I know God love me. God
word
did.
Word up, the energy you put out there comes back to you. You know what I mean? That's why it's the okie doke. This,
Yeah.
this feminist movement and these boss chicks and these power chicks. No, you made us to be a helper. You need a helper. You can't be out here independent, man. God created man and woman, not a boss woman or a boss man. You know what I mean? There's a certain relationship we have to have with our women. You know what I mean? Our women was born to help us, not to be a boss bitch, and I hate to say bitch, but that's what modern people say. You know what I mean? So that's a false reality. That's why women out there trying to be boss chicks, you know what I mean? And they lost the structure and the foundation to reality and what life is. You know what I mean?
When a female say, "I don't give a fuck, I'm independent." Only thing you're telling your people, independent means by yourself. That's all
Yeah.
it means. I'm by myself. So when you're right, you're independent. You sleep independently, you eat independently, you do everything independently because you're by yourself. I don't even think that's a cool thing to say. Yo, I'm independent.
Hell
I'm by
no.
myself. Why would you listen? I'd rather say I'm looking for somebody that can compliment me. I'm looking for somebody that understands me with flaws and all than to say I'm independent because at least I know that you're willing to sacrifice what it takes to be in love. But when you're telling me you're independent, you're really telling me you're selfish because you're about self independent. I'd rather
You're
be by
about yourself. You
myself.
don't need nobody. You can
You don't
hold
need
yourself
nobody.
down.
So if
Yeah.
I
But
get with you, I know my problems will be pushed on the rugs. Like that's like right now, I'm expressing my emotion with you, and you say, "Yeah, but I got problems too." Only thing you just did was push everything I felt out the way and put yourself first. So now this shows me you are independent. You're independent about your feelings.
and and not to knock women, you know what I mean? It's good to have, make money and do what you gotta do. But that independence you see, man, look at the biology of our humanity. It's man, woman, and child.
Yeah.
Family is the structure. You know what I mean? Family is the structure. You get it with a woman to procreate and build a family, you know what I mean? And prosper
Yeah.
towards the forwardness. Nowadays, that shit is being taken out of our women's mentality. They feel they don't need a man because they could do this shit on their own, but that's
Yeah.
going against the grain. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to women, but this is a family structure. It's man, woman, and child, not boss bitch. You know what I mean? Raising her own children because our children need our fathers as much as we need our mothers. You know what I mean? So, and the real understand what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? And y'all already know what's up. What's going on, goddess?
Salute
Salute
to
to
the
you.
goddess. Salute to the
Peace to the
goddess.
chat.
What you gonna add to this conversation?
We here, man.
Well, I just chimed in and I'm just gonna feed off of what you were just talking about with the family dynamic because the thing about being here in Mexico, I noticed it's a lot of single black women that are here, and it's not a bad thing, but it is a bad thing because I'm like, okay, by you having so many single black women here, that means that these children were taken away from their fathers. um and you have a lot of single women here with this attitude like it's just me and my child and I don't need a man, and
I'm
you know what I
telling you.
mean. So it's like a weird energy, and you see it. You don't see a lot of white women over here. You don't see a lot of single white. It's a lot of black women that are coming here, and I'm like, and they're proud to say like I'm here by myself and it's just me and my daughter and my kids, and it's like, where the dad at?
Don't bring him up. You better not say his name. You better
So
not.
it's not. I'm not saying that everybody's situation is good back home with their baby dad or their ex, but you see so much of it. So these are children that are going to be raised without the father around, and a lot of black men might have certain things on their record where maybe they can't get a passport, they can't travel, so now they're just being left out. And but yet you're over here on a spiritual journey and trying to present yourself a certain way,
Mm.
but you know, it's almost like what do you call it? Like a hypocrite.
Correct. Let me interject right there, Queen.
It's a
And
fact.
that's not the problem with our society because these boys are raised without their fathers. They're raised by women. That's why they're so emotional and they behave the way they do because they were raised by women. They weren't raised by men. You know what I mean? And that's why they behave as women
Hmm.
and they almost mimic the women because they were raised by women because they didn't have men in their family. So they bitch ass niggas in reality. You know what I mean? They bitch ass dudes because they were raised by women and they have woman tendencies. You know what I mean? Not to knock them, it ain't their fault. It's because their fathers was absent. So I say that to say, women, the kids need their fathers in their life, man. Y'all need to put your feelings aside and see what's best for our next generation. Just like my baby mom, she left me for her ex, and still, even though she left me, I'm not gonna get in my feelings because if she suffers, my son suffers.
Yeah.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean? If she suffers, my son suffers. So I look out for her so she could get on with her life so she can prosper and be a better person because if she suffers, then my son suffers. And I want a better life for my son. So if I could create a better life for my son, so I gotta help his mom create a better life for herself so we could both teach them and bring guidance and co-parent as what it is. You know what I mean?
A lot of people don't think
Yeah,
like that.
that's true. And the thing about it, you know, a lot of men were raised in just like a single household with the mom, but you know, we need to break those generational curses. So when I see all these women over here and you know with their children, it's a beautiful thing, but it's like okay, in my mind cuz I think a little deeper, I'm like, damn, like where's the dad? Like where's that energy? Where and then a lot of women over here are like, well, I don't like Mexican men. So I'm like, okay, you over here without the father, you don't like Mexican men. So you're over here just raising a child with no male energy at all. But you're on this spiritual journey. That doesn't make any sense to me.
That's a fact. That's
So,
a
but if I
fact.
It's
speak
not.
like that, oh, you this and that, whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm always gonna speak how I feel because that's real shit. You know, it's one thing if the dad, maybe the dad ain't around, but don't come over here just like, well, I don't want no man, I don't want no Mexican man, I don't want this. And why the hell are you here? So your intention is just to be in a single household with your child, knowing that you need that male energy as well. You're not even open to, you know, and this ain't all women, but most of them will talk down on the men that's here. So I'm like, so you just came over here to be single then with your child?
Yo,
And,
I
That
got a
and
quick
there's
that doesn't
no
make
question.
any
and there's
sense.
no balance either. There's no
That's
Ha-
what
balance
I'm
because
saying.
there's no balance because it's either you're spiritual and you don't do shit, or you outside in the club and you're not spiritual. So it's
let me
like that's weird.
let me jump in right here. Do any of you guys listen to Kevin Samuels? Have y'all
I
heard
mean,
of Kevin
I've
Samuels?
watched them. I've watched them in the past. I mean, I have heard of him. I've watched them.
Hell yeah, I watch Kevin Samuels. I like Kevin Samuels.
Have y'all seen his lives and
Hell
studied
yeah.
him?
Hell
And
yeah.
how do you feel
Rest in
about
peace. Rest in peace.
his remedy and his situation and how he tries to um educate and let people know what's the truth. You know what I mean? This is the first time I ever brought up Kevin Samuels because a lot of women hate him, but I see the message that he's bringing. You know what I mean? Like going back to Adam and Eve, it's a family. It ain't no boss chick or boss dude, and I'm out here doing what I gotta do. This is a family structure. You know what I mean? We gotta build morals and bring forward our next generation. And that's why I asked, do anybody of y'all fuck with Kevin Samuels?
I
And how
do.
do you guys feel about it?
I think Kevin Samuels real, yo. I tell you something.
All right,
Some
hold on
people
a second, son, because you a man. I want to hear from the goddess what she thinks about Kevin Samuels.
I think Kevin Samuels, he makes good points. And the thing about it, there's no one that has been out that has kind of put women in their place, especially women of color. So
Big up.
his approach might seem like it's aggressive, but when you
yeah,
listen to him, he's talking real shit.
he
And
do.
I myself still have to work on my masculine energy to make it balanced because I don't want to come off like a man. I am not a man. I don't want to be a man. But
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, we get stuck in that energy. So that's why I will listen to Kevin Samuel and say, oh, but a lot of women is like they said, oh, that's why he died because his karma and the way. And I'm like, hold on, don't do that. Like women really hate him. Black women really hated him to the point where they were saying that because of how he was, that he brought that on himself and everything like that. But you know, we can't
You
be that
hurt.
masculine. You
Let
don't
me.
want two
All
men laying
right.
in the bed.
All right, I'm glad I asked you that question, because like I said, the truth can't be hidden or denied. You know what I mean? And if you speak in the truth, it can't be hidden or denied. That's why I
Hmm.
have to act from a woman's perspective, because I'm a man, and we might be biased. Even though I'm not biased, we might be a little bit manipulated. And thank you very much for your feedback. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And to the people out there, please listen. You know what I mean? With an unbiased understanding. Those that can't understand will never get it. But those that understand, man, listen to this, man, and listen to society and the way we work and the way we are. My man, knowledge is out right now. He just went on the outside, so he's from the outside speaking in. You know what I mean? A lot
Yeah.
of y'all are from the inside speaking out because y'all can't see the truth. Just like when we live in the boroughs, especially in New York City, just to make an example, we don't want to leave those boroughs. That's our way of life because that's the way we are taught. But we need to think outside that circle. You know what I mean? We're in a box. The box is physical. The circle is spirituality. You know what I mean? So we need to focus on our spirituality and our aspects as being as human beings than what we are being taught and manipulated to be. You know what I mean? But remember, the box is physical and the circle is spiritual. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So that's why that's the expression means think up outside the box. Think about the physical. I mean, stop thinking about the physical and your spiritual and your being of who you really are.
That's
You
a
know what I
fact.
mean? Don't be manipulated by man. Use the universe and what God gives you in your brain through connection and through meditation to figure out who this world is. Forget what they said. Base your life on observation, facts, conclusions. You know what I mean? Not based on opinions and what other people think and what you have been manipulated to think and that what are facts.
That's true. I mean, when you study something, that's information, it's knowledge, it's history. But when you actually go through shit, when you experience things, that's information that nobody can take away from you because that's your experience. You know what I mean? This is something that you experience. So it's different than just reading something in a book. And the thing that I've learned about being here, I know my husband talks a lot about like all the positives and that, but I'm gonna be real with you. You gotta watch the black people more here in a way that you have to do in the States because a lot of people come here and they use that spiritual shit as a cover. They use, oh, you know what I mean? You're thinking like, oh shit, you left United States, you must be on some high spiritual, but nah. And I'm not saying all of them, but people be on a hustle here a lot more than they be back home. So it lets me know that it don't matter where you go, you definitely have to still protect your energy and protect yourself. And at the end of the day, you only have yourself. So that makes you go harder to protect yourself. Because I got fooled a couple times out here and I'm thinking like, oh, everybody on the same type of time and the same type of energy. And then you find out, nah, they trying to hustle different because, it's just set up different out here.
Yeah, it's the master manipulators. That's why I say if you could get a hustle to manipulate the tourists, then why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody else is doing it. It's just a hustle. You just making money. You know what I mean? And to divert, you know what I mean? I'm totally gonna divert from the whole conversation. Yo, big up to you and your man, goddess. You know what I mean? Big up to y'all. I've been a fan of y'all and I've been here for years with y'all. You know what I mean? Through your trials and tribulations, man. And I got a lot of respect for y'all. The real will respect y'all. The fake will make fun of y'all. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, I know you and knowledge has spoke upon me, and y'all notice my changes from the beginning on until present
I
day.
just say we was talking about you today.
You know what I mean? And that's why I love you guys because y'all see something in me. And if y'all discuss me, you know what I mean? Whether it's positive or negative, because people see different things, but y'all still discuss me and y'all see the real in me. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's why I big y'all up, man. And I'll ride with y'all till the end, man. Even if what might come out of knowledge's mouth might offend a lot of others, you know what I mean? I still stick by his side. And it ain't coming out the mouth. The fucking facts and the history speak for themselves. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
that's a fact.
You
Yeah.
already know knowledge. You know I've been riding with you since day one, son. And that's why I ain't gotta say more. You know what I mean? And that's why I salute y'all, man. Big
Yeah,
up to y'all trials and tribulations, man, because a lot of people are scared to express themselves. You know what I mean?
That's a
But
fact.
that's a fact.
I learned from y'all. You know what I mean? I learned from y'all, and it takes a real person to show their real life and expose themselves to the world. You know what I mean? And that takes a lot, man. That says a lot about y'all, man. So big up to y'all, man. No matter what the fuck
Yo,
goes on, man, I salute y'all for that, man. And
it's funny.
like I
I,
said, the family dynamic is fucking important. You know what I mean? And regardless of what, man, focus on that, man. The family dynamic and the way to bring forth the next generation. You know what I mean? So salute to y'all for that, man. For always keeping it G, regardless of what the fuck people say on here, because it don't matter what they say. At the end of the day, y'all know who the fuck you are. And even though we might have, you know what I mean, God is you or knowledge you might have faltered or standoffish just because of our emotions, man. But at the end of the day, I got much respect for y'all, man, and much love for that.
love, bro, love.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And honestly, that's why we trying to get back to the YouTube, because you got to really get back to the day ones, because sometimes you get lost. Like, sometimes it don't matter if you're in Mexico or if you're in China, United States, sometimes you get lost and you don't
Yeah.
want to forget about the people that really rock with you. So that's why we even talk today. We got a lot of information. We got a lot of different things we want to bring back to the channel. But we definitely appreciate you 100%, because you definitely been rocking through the ups and downs. And it's not a lot of people we can say been solid from day
Helping
one.
the
And
vision
we
too.
still
Helping the
we still
vision.
need that energy.
Helping the
Yeah, we
vision.
still need that
He been
energy.
here too. He been
No
Who?
here.
doubt, and yo, salute to
Helping
you,
the
help
vision.
with the vision, man.
Oh
Even
yeah,
though
yeah.
you don't know me like that, son, but I think about you. I'm like, yo, where to do that, man? Cause do
I'll be
speak the
sticking
truth.
and
You know
moving,
what I mean? So we miss you, man. The truth, like I said, we miss the truth, man. The truth ain't popular, man. And
So
fuck the
the
okey doke,
truth
man.
always around, yo. The
No
truth
doubt, son.
is the word of God, man. That's
No
the
doubt.
truth
And I got
right
much
there, the word
respect
of
for you,
God.
man. Respect to you, man.
Um,
Word up. And please,
as
you know
long as
what
we
I mean?
got faith,
I,
we'll move around.
no
We'll
doubt. And
always make it. Yeah, other
I
next
want to
right.
I want to continue to see you here too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
cause this is a bond. This is a family, son. We don't force up.
Whenever
We
he
we ain't
pop
out
up,
here.
I pop out. Yeah,
No
He,
doubt.
he been here.
he done went through a lot of phases since he first kicked off on here.
Like I said,
Yeah,
actions
man.
speak
He done
louder
went
than
through a
words.
lot of phases, yo. I
And you
remember
see
when
who's
you
on the
first
panel,
came
right?
on, you heard me? Look,
And yeah,
Nas
and
done went through a lot of shit on here.
word up.
I'm telling you, like, he ain't never changed, though. But one thing about it, he ain't never changed.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. And I
A lot
remember
of
our
niggas
first.
switch up on him. He ain't never changed his demeanor or none of that shit. He the same way he started. Only thing is just stay in Mexico now.
Yeah, like I said, man.
That's
Much
it.
respect to you, man, for being here, man. Word up.
There, he still kept his family with him through thick and thin. So
You gotta
that's what
respect
really
that, man.
count. No, that just go to show you, man, ain't too many good women in the world, yo.
Well, it just shows
Real talk,
strength.
that's
It
old
just shows
school.
strength, man.
That's an old school relationship. Probably I'm telling you, that's an old school relationship.
It feel like
You know what
one.
I'm saying? So you don't see too much of that, yo.
It feel
Ain't
like we've
gonna
Nah,
been
be.
man.
together before we was together.
Yeah, you ain't too many relationships stick that long.
Word up. And we all go through our trials and tribulations,
Yeah, that's
man.
life, yo.
I
An
never
old man
faltered.
told me. Old man told me this, yo. He was married 50 years. 50 years. You know what I mean? He said, you know what kept them together? They ain't worry about what each other did behind each other's back. Straight up. That's what kept them together. And when you think about it, that's what kept majority of all our black culture together. Ain't nobody worry about what the next person did behind each other's back. As soon as that start happening, you hear me? I'm putting you out. You hear me? I'm getting another man. I'm moving on. I'm tired of cheating. That killed everything. It ain't got a lot to do with the government and all that there. It got a lot to do with these songs, these R&B songs, with these females telling them, "Let it go, it's your tide."
Influences.
That's what happened, bro. A lot of shit that messed up the black person mental. Yeah, man, real talk. When it come down to the relationship shit, man, everybody back from the 80s to the early 90s, they didn't care what the girls done, bro. They probably know they cheated. They probably got caught. Female know a man cheated. They probably got caught. They still stuck together. They
All
stopped
right,
doing what they was doing, but they still stuck to each other first. But
facts, and that
these days, they just put it to the curb. They with another nigga. If they ain't with another nigga, they messing with a chick. It's imbalanced, bro. The shit is unbalanced.
a lot because a lot of people don't know themselves, so they don't possess understanding. People
And
might
you
fall.
gotta fall a lot of that on them pastors too, bro, because the Bible let you know you don't post a divorce. And that's the reason, and that's another reason why. Back in the days, a pastor wouldn't divorce you. They'll try to be a counselor to keep the family together. These days, they'll divorce you in a hot second.
Yeah, and that's why I speak on understanding. You gotta understand why this person behaved this way. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta study them and behave and understand their actions because sometimes actions lead to reactions. You know what I mean? So we have to be more understanding and our purposes and our thoughts and why we fall to certain things because it has to do not with a person's feelings but our
Oh,
influences and what's in our
yeah,
brain psychologically.
that's
You know what I
facts.
mean?
The influence, yo.
So understanding, if I'm not gonna put anything in particular off your man, off your girl fell out of place. Understand why they fell out of place because there's something behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So understanding is very important.
that's facts.
Word up. Because sometimes we do wrong and we don't realize our wrong. And when this person reacts to what we do, then we
We
just
want
react to
cut
what
up.
we do without understanding what's behind the science or the mathematics or this person's actions. You
Yeah,
know?
we cut
So
up. A
that's
lot
what
of
makes
shit,
us
shit,
go.
bro. The life we live, bro. I don't think we could, you know, the best we could try to do is try to find a way to keep our inner peace, yo. Because the
No
Bible
doubt.
tell you, man, the Bible lets you know, ask God for the things that you cannot change. Because life, the things in life will never be able to change, yo. It was built like this. It
No
was
doubt.
designed like this. That's why all them, like you were saying earlier, all them hieroglyphics and ways of new technology was left behind to keep it going. The structure of life was already left behind. That was the blueprint to keep it going. To keep that same structure is the same structure here today.
No doubt.
Still the
Going back
same structure.
to
There's
that
new
God
there's new
body.
tools.
We are God body, but we must understand as gods to be
See,
God
that's the
body.
thing. We can't see that's the thing. See what that did? We all go about it because we spiritual beings, but we'll never be God. You know what I'm saying? We could be we just the children of we the children of a God.
Facts.
You
It's our
know?
understanding that makes us different. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bro.
Our
See, church
understanding of the
church got us the reason why it is what it is, gonna be, bro. Because
no
them people
doubt.
always told us, they'll say God ain't, when God coming back. And the Bible say, the Lord will come back when a certain amount of people understand the truth. And as long as we got churches and religion, man, look, it's over with.
Yeah,
It's over
and
with.
you got to understand. Even back in the days, the churches were influencing our people to give in our land and trade in our land for the churches because of a belief, of a spiritual belief. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
bro. They
not
use,
understanding ourselves.
like you were saying earlier, to knowledge. Yeah, man. People use the blueprint as a finesse tool, and it's been going on ever since. You hear me? Just like y'all say, do you like your boy Kevin Samuels? I don't what me myself, he just was an average person to me. He ain't do nothing spectacular that a person don't do on a daily basis.
This nigga don't
You know what
stop.
I'm saying?
Facts.
On some player issue. You feel me? Man, that nigga cold.
But you got a hedgehog over there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Buddy.
That's what's up.
that's
You know, I
tight, bro.
always think of
Says
some shit.
new atmospheres, new species, you know.
Yo, look at Knowledge smile, son. Look at his smile, son. That nigga motherfucker's grinning from ear
Hey,
to
how
ear,
you
bro.
forget now?
That's happiness, man. That's love.
Yeah, that's within, you know. No matter
Word
where
up.
you at in life, you gotta make yourself, you gotta find within yourself what make the wind blow, bro.
No matter where you are who you are.
Straight up.
Word up. It's
You
all
know what I'm
within
saying?
yourself.
You born to adapt to wherever you at. You
That's
feel
a
me?
fact.
Put him up.
And like he said, we're born to adapt wherever we are. And those
Yeah,
that can't adapt are being manipulated psychologically. You know what I mean? Wake the
true
fuck
that.
up, man.
That's true. That's true
Stay
right
woke.
there.
You know what I
But
mean? If
see,
you ain't
they've been manipulated by material things though, and false opportunities.
yeah, you know,
That's
even
that's
though
what it is, don't be false opportunities and greed, yo.
yeah, that's why it's hard to live on these YouTube streets, man. Because a lot of these people be fronting, man. You know what I mean? A
That's
lot
what
of these
it's
people be
for.
fronting just for
You gotta
views
think
and
about
clicks,
it.
man.
Say that's what it's about though. You look, like they say, don't knock the game. You can't knock the game. You can't knock the hustle. That's what it's
Yeah,
for. There's another tool, it's another tool that it go hand in hand. You feel me? It's a hand in hand tool. We give
correct.
them we give them what they want, monetization. Y'all talking about you monetize. Since you jumped on here, you monetize every day by them. So they getting what they want. You feel like you getting views and subs, cool. They ain't tripping. They getting all the money off it. You
Fucking
heard me?
right
Facts.
there.
You feel me? Yeah, they
Yeah,
getting all of the real streams in the view. You know how many people hooked up on here? Man, they blowing the internet airways with this paper. You
half the
feel me? They get
population.
paid off you. They get paid off you if you ain't monetized.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So who winning? You hear me?
I
yeah,
mean,
All I'm
even if
trying to
it's
say
creation,
is,
even if you do
yeah,
something, make a song on here or create something on here, that shit all go to them. Everything.
yeah. Just think about it, man. The way the world was made upon, the world was built. No, after the world was created, you hear me? The world was created by God. God created the world and everything on it. You hear me? Fertilizes trees, sunlight, the moon, stars, animals. You feel me?
biology.
Human beings. You feel me? He created the world. You know what I mean? Yeah, he created the land and we built everything. You feel me? And that's how the world was built. That's why they say that how the world was built. It was built off of other people's back, yo. Facts. The world was built off of other people's back. And it'll never stop. And you can't stop it because if you choose to build something, you got to do it on somebody else's back, no matter how much right you think it is in the next person eyesight. Somebody gonna feel like they dealt the wrong hand, yo. You hear
No
me?
doubt.
No matter what
And
you do, it's gonna be built off of somebody else's back, yo.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm
that's a
saying? No
fact.
matter how nice you try to put it, it's still the same way. Because you might have somebody you paying, you feel like you looking out, you doing the right thing. They come up in there one day and say, I'm tired. You gonna
Hell
say,
yeah.
yeah, you know what you gonna say? You gonna say, well, I ain't paying you. But if it was out of love, you would pay me if I'm tired.
That's a fact, bro.
So
That's a fact. And knowledge know that, man. I ain't never do nothing on here, out of just motherfucking of my thoughts. I do shit on here out of love, man. You know what I mean?
You
Cause
already know, bro.
I really got love for this dude, man. Regardless, you know what I mean. Even though he might falter and stumble, but I know his grounds and his roots. You know what I mean? And we ain't all perfect. You know what I mean? So even though you
No
might
way
say
will
something
never
wrong,
be perfect,
or
yo.
might say something wrong, or the white people might take what he says the wrong way, but I still stand by this dude, bro. And I'm willing to go down with the ship with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yo.
I'm willing down to
Everybody
go
got
with the ship because forget what comes out his mouth. I can have a better understanding of this man and his wife because of what they showed us on YouTube of who they are. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's
they
why I got much
survivors.
respect for them. Yeah, they survivors. They warriors, man. They warriors, bro. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody on here doing what the fuck they do really. You know, to spit the real, bro. That takes a certain kind of character and a certain kind of person to spit the real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And even though
and the everyday walk too. I don't
facts
think I give everybody the everyday walk though.
and being on YouTube, I've been here on 3 years with these dudes, so they know more or less who the fuck I am if they study me. It doesn't matter what come out my mouth. You know what I mean? They see how I move, man. At the end of the day, they see who I'm down with and who I'm not down with. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You already
yeah.
know what it is, knowledge. You know what I mean? That's why I got much respect for you, bro. Because you ain't
That's
know
why.
me like that, son. You
Hey,
ain't know me
yo,
like that.
I'm gonna tell you something, right? On some real shit. When I've been doing this shit, that's why I was telling my wife today. I said, "Yo, like being a YouTuber, I can really make a platform for myself because it ain't a lot of real people out there, right? And I noticed by me being more open with myself and expressing who I am, it makes people more open with their self, makes people more comfortable with expressing themselves because they look at me like, yo, this man right here is expressing himself to me. He must feel comfortable enough with me to express himself. So what happens is the next
Facts.
person does the same thing, right? So I said, damn, why can't I make a bigger scale on that? So I remember one time we was all on YouTube, right? The guy Aiden Ross came on my YouTube channel. He said, you need to go to Twitch. And at the time, I never knew who the fuck he was. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I almost got a new subscriber. When I got off here, I went on to his channel to see who my new subscriber, just see who the guy that said something was. I'm like, oh shit, that's who Aiden Ross is. I even know who the fuck this white guy is. So even though I didn't go to Twitch, even though like that, my wife was telling me sometimes we say that motivation comes from people, but really it comes from yourself because it was a guy that was in a higher platform than anybody. And he went on your page, nobody else paid. He went on your page and say, yo, man, you should be on Twitch. You didn't have to go there or whatever, but even though somebody outside that was higher told you that, yo, man, you should do this, you still didn't do it. So don't say that, oh, I need people to help me or motivate me when people motivate you, but you don't motivate yourself. So when I
Man,
started thinking about that
you
shit, I
did the
said, you know
right
what?
thing, yo.
You know what I mean? So I said, you know what, bro? You know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna go back on YouTube, right? And I know it's gonna be slow because before I had so many, I had the panel filled with so many brothers to the point where if I left, people would pick it up on another channel because the content was so good. So I'm like, you know what? I feel like I gotta bring back the X-Men. I feel like I gotta bring back fucking Marvel comics again. So when I go
I
back
say,
live, I gotta bring back the group. I gotta bring
I
back the
say that's
fucking
why I ain't never
superheroes.
really. That's why I ain't never really take it there, you know, because you know, by me understanding, you know, in my mental, the way I understand things and see how things going, every opportunity ain't worth it.
Yeah.
You feel me? This ain't nothing but the underworld of the industry. So yeah, you could be that big YouTuber. Yeah, you could have the big numbers and get them big donations. But you got to cross over too.
Yeah.
Don't think that you're gonna just blow up on here out the blue like Charleston White and all that. Don't
Look
never
how they
think them
did it.
people ain't down with the get down, man. Come
You
on,
can
man.
you can
You
you
know,
can get popular fast if you do a lot of negativity. I mean, right now the devil is right there. Like, yo, bro, you can say
yeah.
right now, you can start dissing every rapper and start saying, "Oh, your mama," and stuff like this going live, and people's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yo, what he talking about? What he saying? What he know that we don't know?
Straight
Well, I
up, they
wonder
gonna
why he
pay
talking
you.
to."
You
And
gonna
they gonna
go in
start
your they gonna
consuming.
go in your IG. Yeah, man, take these 500 to say this. They gonna give
Yeah,
you the script and everything. So yeah, you can
money.
join the underworld. You can join the underworld and be like everybody
I'm
else.
good. I'm good.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I rather just run my issue. and you can take it how you want it, because I know how I feel.
Yo, you know what I noticed? The person, because I don't know if this is what it is, but I noticed a lot of people that's comedy deal with a lot of depression and shit like this. And I noticed the people with the biggest smile has the most pain, right? So I noticed like, yo, I
Right.
smile at everything. Like I smile everything, but know why I smile? Because that's how I learned to deal with everything. So if right now, if my wife said, I don't want to be with you more, I'll smile. Now you don't know if that's a crazy smile, suicidal smile, that's a painful smile. You don't know because my first impression is a smile through my pain. So if my wife said, I can't be with you more, I'll be like, huh. Yo, you crazy as hell, man. I don't know why you talking like that. Now I'm thinking in the process, but I'm thinking to myself, the people with the biggest smile has the most pain because you learn to smile through your pain. And that could be strength or it could be destruction because by you bottling that shit up can cause destruction at the end. Or you learned how to just take it in, throw it away with a smile. You take the negativity in, you learn the positive from it, and you throw the rest out. Now, some people are like that, some people are not. So now I'm confused what I'm doing with this pain. And then I start realizing when I watch this how real it is. This is how real it is, right? I look at pain like this glass. I keep pouring pain into it. I pain to the point where this pain gonna fill up. This jar gonna get to the top. So what happens is if you watch anything that might be sentimental or might be heartwarming or something like that, it will start to overflow. Meaning you might get teary eyed. You might feel now you a man, you might buckle up like whatever like that. It's not the movie that's making you cry. It's the pain in the movie that makes you need to release what's in you. But the movie is just bringing it out. You know what I mean? So I notice when I buckle up to cry or let my emotions out, only thing I'm doing is stopping my cup from over. Because I can't put no love in here if it's filled with hate. I can't do that. It won't work. It's already filled. So what I have to do is pour all this hate out, and fill it up with love. But to fill this hate out, I had to drop my ego, my pride, all this shit that was taught to make me to be strong. But sometimes weakness shows strength. So I'm like, oh shit, all right. So I gotta pour all this shit out and relearn. It's hard because when you strip a person from their ego and they feel vulnerable, it's hard because you're at that point where somebody can take advantage of you. When you're vulnerable, that means you're at a vulnerable state. Somebody can abuse you, use you, mislead you, misguide you. They can do all these things because you're vulnerable. So when I'm vulnerable, I get scared because in the wrong person's hand, I can be used, I can go the wrong way. But the universe tell me, fuck being vulnerable to people. Won't you be vulnerable to yourself? Won't you be vulnerable to the universe? Because the universe will never let you go. It will never disappoint you. It will never steer you wrong. But I'm so hurt and traumatized by the world that it blocks me from having a spiritual connection with the universe because I'm comparing it. I'm thinking to myself, you're going to hurt me just like them, and I'm like, they're like, no, we're two different people. They don't. We live off love. They live off judgment. We live off love. They live off these morals and stuff. We live off love. So I'm trying to let go, but it's hard when all I know is the fight. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else. I know how to fight mentally, physically, spiritually. That's all I know. But where I need to go, fighting ain't needed. just your love is needed. That's it. It's hard. You could talk that love shit all you want until that vulnerability is stripped from you. And it's like, this is how you look. You're a 4-year-old child still crying about your mom and dad. This is how you really look. You're going to be butt naked in a ball. Oh my God, girl. And you're going to say, give me my clothes back. Once you get those clothes back, you're like, yeah, nigga, that's me. Yeah. But if I strip that, boop, and I see you for who you are, man, you a little child still fucking looking for love and honor and some type of nature loving. You're just a child. So I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to be that innocent child in the wrong parent's hand. I don't. I don't. Because I've been that way my whole life. I've been cool with people, show love with people, do all this crazy shit. And that shit don't get as much respect as fear. When I give a motherfucker fear, niggas like, yo, I fuck with him, but they don't really like me. They just scared of me. So they have to like me. But when I show them love, they're like, man, this nigga soft as hell. This nigga, all you want to talk about is love. So I'm like, damn, I'm scared. But with the universe, they have a whole different intention for me. But I had to come here to get away from the sounds and the traffic. and the music and all this crazy shit, twerking and drill and just designer clothes and rent. I don't get mail here, nigga. There's no mailman here. There's not a mail saying I owe this or a student loan or tuitions or I don't get none of that. Only thing you got to work on is you. And I never had that. Only in jail. Only in fucking jail. Here, it ain't jail, nigga. You wake up every day, it's 90 degrees, 70 degrees. The worst day I've seen was 75. The worst day. And they had on jackets and shit like it was a snowstorm. Every day is 92, 85. Every day, nigga. You can't be sad. You can't every day. Fucking 95 degrees, 92 every day. Nigga, it's beautiful. You can grow anything you want. I'm about to go try to get another property so I can have goats and lambs and shit. For real, like this is what type of shit we on. Like, yo, but we gotta get some bigger property. We looking for a compound. That's when you know you start getting, we looking for a compound. We need a compound. That's what we need. But you can't do it by yourself. That's why that's what I'm trying to work on. Like you said, if I get a compound, this is how I am. I'm bringing motherfuckers with me.
I'm coming.
This is how I live. See, this is the thing. We tried that. No, I'm not saying we tried that, but this type of nigga I am, right? I don't want no leader and I don't want no follower. I just want a person to be their self. That's it. I got fucking problems. I'm not easy to deal with, but I'm easy to deal with because I'm understanding. But I got a lot of problems. If you're the same, you got a lot of problems, but you're easy to deal with, meaning you're understanding, you're loving, you're still like that. I ain't got no problem with you because we can't really bump heads if we understand each other. I understand you got a lot of pain that come from your mom and your sister and shit. So I know sometimes when you get loud or you maybe get out of character, it's not nothing I did. It's just something that triggered you by something happened in the past that you might take effect on me. But I have an understanding with you with that because I know you a little better. So by us knowing each other, we know what to tolerate. We know why you call certain things. So by us knowing, that's what I'm trying to build a group with people I know, because then I understand. If I understand you, I can love you more because I understand you. Love is understanding. I'm willing to love you enough to understand you, but you have to understand me enough to love me. So that's the difference. We got to work on that. But some people don't. Some people don't. So if we're willing to build this tribe, I got to know the people I'm building it with because it's all about love with me. Fuck judging. I ain't with judging. Fuck that. You fuck up, I fuck up. That's all cool. Let's find out why you are fucking up. Let's find out why. I know we all fuck up. We're humans, but it's something. So that's what a tribe is. A place where we can come together and fix each other. That's what I want. But I can't do it by myself. Now we can come together with our money. I've seen a spot right now, a compound, my nigga. Compound. I'm talking about 2 houses. I'm talking about almost a half an acre of land, gated, fucking trees, everything like that for only, I think it was like $1,500 a month. I'm thinking to myself, that ain't shit. If you got 3 people that's paying $500, 555, nigga, we got a whole fucking compound. That's expensive to them. That's about, you know what I mean? That's about the ocean, everything. I mean, you got everything. Something I said, that's good. What? But I'm not gonna buy a compound for myself. That's stupid. Stupid. But if you got a team, I'm talking about a team that's willing to fucking cut, fucking do man shit, nigga. Like man shit. Like go out there and fucking do what we gotta do, man shit. What a woman do what they gotta do. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm trying to build. My wife even on some, like for real, like how real is like, yo, polygamy type shit. My wife be on some, like not even saying she with it, but just even the team part, like, yo, not like me fucking all the female type shit, but just another family within a family. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, we gonna have a family. You know what I mean? Within a family. But
it's almost like help
yeah,
to build the structure that we're
it.
trying to achieve. You know what I mean?
There
It's
you go.
help. Don't look at it like that. It's help because
That's
it
what it
takes a village, you know what I mean, to raise a child or to make a man. You know what I mean? In
Yeah.
other words. So that's what he means. When the polygamy shit is help, you know what I mean? Because the more help we could get in the family, the better we could proceed and the better we could move forward if everybody has the same understanding. You know what I mean? So it's not just you know, a dynamic of the relationship. It's the dynamic of the life we could build for ourselves. You know what I mean? Possessing understanding and being unbiased and the ways we are taught here in America to think. You know what I mean? So help. We can help build the foundation. You know what I mean? 2 people are better than 1. 2 salaries are better than 1. You know what I mean? So we need that help, and any help we can get, we'll take. You know what I mean? Whether it is, like I said, in a polygamous family, everybody's help. Everybody knows to play their part. Everybody looks, you know,
I respect your man.
everybody,
Blessings to you and yours, Navish. Blessings to you and your down, Pete, bro. I'ma sign on out, yo. Until you come up again, Rocco, I got you. Salute
word up.
Diane P, yo,
Yeah.
bro.
Yo, blessings
Until
to you,
everybody hit
God.
up
You know what I
again,
mean?
bro.
It was a
All the
pleasure to see
time,
you,
yo.
man. I look forward to
Yeah,
seeing you
man.
again, man,
Yeah,
because you're one of the few.
I be
You're
on,
one of the few.
here popping up. Yeah, man, I be
And
on here popping up. I just be moving around, but
and let me not say you're one of the few, you're one of the chosen. You know what I mean? You see past beyond the bullshit. You know what I mean? And
like
that's
this,
why I respect you.
like they say, bro. If God ain't in it, you ain't winning, bro.
That's a
That's
fact.
how they
You know what
go.
I mean? And I'm pretty sure
You
you
know?
remember our first meeting, you know what I mean, when I first come up here and I spoke to you,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And you know,
yeah.
and through
But
understanding,
you ain't been around like talking about it either, Don P.
yeah, because you
We should
know
be in and out.
this YouTube shit, you know, it caused me to turn negative. I'm a positive person, and like I said, you know, knowledge is key, and others in the sector have noticed my beginning and to where I am today. You know what I mean? So I had to fall back because negative energy produces negativity. You know what I mean? And these dudes was turning me negative in my response to their negativity. So I turned into a devil just like them. So I had to fall back and
Yeah.
restructure myself and get myself together. I mean, like I said,
Well,
knowledge been
like you
rocking
say,
me
we
from
fighting
years,
against princes of palaces,
no
high
doubt.
place.
And
You know?
yeah, and we all stumble, and we, you know, some of us stumble
Yeah,
and we
yeah, yeah.
fall.
You can't. Like this one thing about this here. Like when you on YouTube, like if you run into a situation to where you gotta go back and forth, you gotta know one thing. When you go back and forth with a person, one thing it can't get to you because they ain't around you.
Mm.
You can't feel embarrassed around people that don't really know you and don't know if the shit the truth or a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Fact.
you feel me? When you give in, you let a person know that they got the best of you.
Yeah.
Just like some Simon says shit. I'm gonna talk about you because I know you're gonna talk about me back because you got a crowd around. Now you can
Yeah.
say
I
what
don't
you
like that
want.
shit.
You can say what you want because I know what I'm gonna say, and I ain't really gotta say too much. You know what I'm saying? To stop a lot of situations that you could see before it come anyway. So that's all YouTube is. It's just another form of this mind game. That's what YouTube is. It's a mind game. You
It's
can't get
mind games,
trapped.
but we also have to learn our lessons, and we have to learn how to separate, you know, the faulty from the true. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people come as you as sheep and friendships and shit, and they be having another agenda. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you got it. But like
That's
you say, look, see that like I say, like it's a mind and shit. Like when you get up on here, like you say, it's for a lot of people do anything for views and subs. So a lot of people gonna befriend a lot of people because you gotta understand. You don't know if it's a friendship or it's a hustle. You don't
yeah,
want to get hustle, you know. But so many people ain't got hustle,
yeah.
saying they own game. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point is, as long as you live, you're gonna be in some type of game.
Word up. And the
That's
important
real shit, though. That's
matter
real
is
shit.
to learn your fucking lessons, whether you fought for the okey doke, you know what I mean? Stand up as a man and realize you fell for the okey doke, and man, you
Yeah,
know,
you just
apologize. I
take
fell
your
for the
lick.
okey doke, man. Keep it
Take your
real,
lick.
man.
How many
Word up.
people you didn't got though?
I always say that. I always say that. Nigga, don't get mad at
Yeah,
your karma.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you didn't got, you can't feel play because it'd be the
yeah.
simplest person. It'd be the simplest people that you got over on that'll make you get done the worst. Yeah,
And
we
it
could
all
have
depends.
finessed the you could finesse a old lady out of 50 cents at the corner store. You feel
That
me?
Yeah,
You
cost
could
you
have
your
went
life.
under. Yeah, you could have went under on your best friend out of gram. You
yeah.
feel me?
Don't
But
be
at the end
mad.
of the day, you gonna get that back.
And
You
another
just don't
thing,
know
man,
how.
don't be mad at those that finesse you. Be mad at yourself for allowing those to finesse you, for you not
No,
understanding
no, you
or
can't get
seeing the
mad
devil
sometimes.
when
Yeah,
he's
you
You
can't
ever
coming.
see
think
it
about
sometimes.
it?
You
Yeah,
can't see
no,
those
say
things.
it is. Listen to me, like in reality, once you look at it on a spiritual level, yeah, because we live in reality. But so when you hit on a spiritual level, say you're a person that ain't never done nobody nothing. You know what I'm saying? You did good, but you did wrong too. Say you was
Yeah,
a hustler. Say you
yeah,
was a player. You feel me? Say you was a good father, but the things you did wrong to supply. You know, so you know how a person say they use bad to make good. But in reality, you ain't all you did is made it better.
yeah.
You feel me? Because all those that you done helped out and that you done done this good for in the name of wrong, you gotta take your lick because that shit coming back to you. I don't care how
The
much
fact,
good you did. You could
the
have did
fact.
all the good in the world. The only difference is it ain't gonna cost you your life, but you gonna pay for it, yo. So that just goes to say how come a person that never did nothing just happened to him. Yeah, you feel like he ain't never did nothing, but the shit that he did do that you don't know about, it just caught up with him. You know? And some shit be letting people know that this ain't your line of work. You know? That be signs.
That's a
And
fact.
you'll be like, oh man, he just jumped off the porch. No, he could have been on the porch when that happened. He was on the wrong porch. You feel me? You could get on the wrong porch and you could walk up the wrong street on the wrong
Sleep,
side.
bro. Just wake up.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know how
That's
you
a fact.
cook something and put a little too much salt or pepper,
Salute,
and
Rome Cross. Pull up on the
when
chat.
you taste that shit a little too spicy. So we can't never say we don't know what we doing. We just choose not to think about it. You know? So man, that's us, bro. We could find, like I said, I told somebody this what day before yesterday. Like in the Bible showed us, bro. Us as people gonna always find the excuse, like Adam did when God called him in the garden and asked him, "Why you ate the apple?" And he found the excuse. He said it was Eve's fault. And we've been finding excuses our whole life, bro. Straight up, you know. And we
He said
good
it was Eve's
liars.
fault.
Yeah, that's what he said. You know.
Was it her fault though?
Yeah, it was our fault. You know why it was her fault? Because they go to show you, like the Bible let us know, they go to show you women gonna always do something that they ain't got no business doing. You feel me?
I don't
And a
believe in that
man,
story though. I don't believe in that
sure,
story.
that's the truth, yo.
I don't believe in
Anything that book said is the truth, yo. Believe that there. The way people might perceive it and tell it, you know what I'm saying? It might look and sound not real or confusing, but in reality, yeah, that's what this world is built upon, and it's still running off. That's the light. That's the light in the battery of life. Period. No matter what country you're in. See the ones that know, they know. You can say what you want. Straight up.
the
Straight
Bible.
up. Cause it been
The Bible has some truth. I'm not gonna like debunk the Bible to make it
no,
seem
the
like
Bible
it's
is the
not
truth,
relevant.
bro.
I'm not knocking it,
It's
but
your everyday
from
life.
from the truth, right? When you break down this body of a man, when you break down not the history. I mean, the history is cool and everything, just whatever. But when you really see this information of just like us, not stories. I'm talking about like information of actually how to leave this body to meet a maker, right? When I see that information is way more knowledgeable and powerful than this Bible you give me.
You know
To
why? Because the
you,
Bible tell you look, the Bible tell you don't dab in witchcraft. So it's gonna be way stronger than the Bible because the Bible ain't gonna tell you to do none of that. It tell you stay away from that. Because all that do is just bring demons into your life.
Stay
And
away from the ways of the world.
and you know one thing about demons. Once they help you, they ones that ain't never leave you. You owe them for the rest of your life. They
I
won't
used to
there.
think, right? I used to think that from my mom being a Pentecostal, that's what they called it, right? They used to be Christian, right? So my mom used to make it seem like the devil was a physical person, like a person like God is a physical person, and the devil is a physical person. And I remember back in the days, to have like commercials of like the devil on one side and the angel on the other side, and it'd be like a commercial of like buy this Febreze spray. Another one would be like, no, don't buy it, right? Or the one be it'd be a guy smoking a cigarette. And I used to notice that they took that out the commercials. They don't have that anymore. You know what I mean? Of just like certain things, right? So when I start
Yeah.
learning, see, different from learning than studying. Learning is when you look at something, you take the information and you run with it. Studying is when you actually unfold the veil from the information and start digging in the truth of it. So like when I start even learning about, all right, Jesus, I didn't just want to learn about Jesus. I was curious about what was his favorite fruit, what was his favorite color, because love is understanding. So I wanted to understand Jesus so much that I had to look into it. And it's funny how many answers you will find if you look for it. So it wasn't just like his stories and messages and stuff like that. I was curious about who was Jesus when he was a kid. Everybody talked about him as a adult when he was a carpenter, and then he started spreading. But
After
who was he
30.
as a child? Like, what was he doing? Like, because he only had 3 years of messages from 30 to 33.
No,
So he
see,
only had
that's what
3
you
years.
ain't. No, see, you talking about Jesus,
Yeah,
the
Jesus.
Son. You talking about
Mhm.
Jesus, the Son.
because
But
God because
God,
God made Jesus. So then I
yeah,
had to look
God
at
is
the
everything.
plan. What was the plan? So now I'm thinking about what was the religion before Christianity, before
Ain't no
Jesus came.
religion. Ain't
Now,
no religion.
but this is the thing. When Jesus arrived here, there was people worshiping pharaohs, like people worshiping statues and shit like that. Now
Hold
No,
you
on a second.
no,
Hold on a
no,
second.
no.
Hold on a hold
exactly.
on a second because
Before
in the
Jesus
Americas there was
arrived,
no Jesus, man.
yeah,
This was forced upon us.
before Jesus. No, I'm just saying before Jesus arrived, ain't nobody. They was worshiping. Let me see. Yeah, they still
Idols.
was worshiping. They was worshiping
Yeah.
idols,
Now look, idols are what you would call what they show you now, right?
statues.
Statues. And it says in the Bible, I'm a jealous God. Don't worship
Yeah,
nothing
don't
but me,
worship none
right?
of that. But
Now,
me,
nothing
yeah,
but me. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Now, this is a difference between when you read something, you can read it for face value, or you can feel a deeper connection with it, right? So when I read this sounds like from my connection with the higher source. It sounds like only man would say that. I don't speak like that. I'm not a jealous God. I'm not, I don't think like man. I don't have that in me. You're not created off that. You just, so when I read it, it makes sense. You'll run with it, but when you actually dig into it, it's like, hold on, do man talk like this or God? Because you talking like man.
God,
Man,
no,
God
no,
don't
no.
talk like man
Listen to me. What? Look,
because it
when he
doesn't take
holler
the
out,
form.
yeah, because when he holler out, listen to him. When he holler out here, jealous God, don't worship idols. That
Yes,
means you don't supposed to put nobody before the person who
before him,
created
right?
everything.
So when you look at that, that's a deep message. So when all right, let's say this. Don't put no idol before me. So you have Buddhism, you have Hinduism, you have all these other religions that's before God, right? So my mind, right? I asked my mom, I said, Mom, if you're telling me Christianity is the only way, I'm watching all these people, so I mean, give their life, not only sacrifice, but give their life to this for generations, 30, 40, 50, 10,000 years. Do they go to hell? And she was like, yeah. I'm thinking to myself, damn. So God sends all these people to hell just because he's not Christian. In my soul, to me, that was like, man, you believe that shit? Like,
That's
this is my
true.
soul. Now my mom don't. My mom, she believes anything you fucking tell her. Cause she just believes it. Cause she has
No,
hope,
right?
faith,
That's the truth.
but that don't make, see, that's the thing. Truth will set you free, right? So when I look for the truth, it don't add up. Because this is what
How?
a European thinks like. I'm watching the Europeans and I'm watching what they
Yo,
wrote,
because see,
not
that's
how
the
we
thing.
move.
See, that's the thing about the Bible. What's so funny about it is that it tell you like it tell you what God looking for when you leave this earth. and everything that he say he looking for is nothing that you explain on this earth. So if you die a Muslim, a Buddhist, yeah, you going to hell. Because he ain't never was a Muslim or a Buddhist.
He never said he was Christian. He never said he was Christian.
He is. That's in the Bible.
He just said do right.
Christian. No, he said a Christian. Listen to me. When he say a Christian mean a person that's trying to strive. Yeah, that's all that means. So that's what he is. He a Christian.
Right? So when you say, yo, all right, I want
Christianity ain't in the Bible.
Now, Christianity's not in the Bible, right? So you say, I want you to be Christ-like, right? Jesus Christ, right?
No.
First of all, that's what he's saying.
No, the Bible said be Christ-like, and Christ-like is holiness. That's what you all. That's
so
the only thing you're supposed to be.
So now look, you have all these people that's holy, but in a different way. Now they're holy.
Ain't no different way.
See, now look, now
the Bible tell you there's only one way because there's only one God.
It is. It's one God, right?
So how you gonna be a Buddhist? How you gonna be a Buddhist?
Because systematically, right?
God ain't Buddhist.
They tell you
saying God ain't Buddhist.
It's not God. They don't follow. It's not God they're following. It's the messenger.
It's doctrines.
It's the messenger of him. So it's like, yo, if I lived in India right now and I didn't live in Africa, and this little boy right here, he told me right now that it was about to rain, right? And it rains. And then next thing you know, he tells you he was a god of the whatever like that, right? By his works and ways and his whatever, I'm going to believe him. So if you look at every place over the world, and still happening today, we have internet, but it's just so our faith is not the same. Our faith has died down. Back then, people believed in miracles. They believe in those things. So if you had a person in Asia, Egypt, fucking Russia, whatever, a person that did magical works, he was a prophet. So when you look at this documentary and he's looking at these people of prophets of different times and generations, there was other Jesus, but his name was something else. His name was something else. And if you look at today now, you got Buddha Boy, the nigga that sit in a tree for 6 months and just meditated. He didn't eat or whatever. You got people right now over in these certain countries that practice this shit to the point where if this wasn't so systematically wise, he'd be praised. A motherfucker that can sit and meditate for 6 months and then come back with messages from the gods, and he can fucking not eat and shit and piss. You can't do that. You can't do none of that shit. So it's something more special than him, than you, because you can't do what he do. He will be praised. Now he just get video camera, he get taped, and people say, fuck him, he's not special. And there's people that can do that. But it's like, nigga, you ain't meet one person in your life that can do that. But see how we just dubbed him down because of Jesus? We stopped looking at his works. We stopped looking at what he can. He's still going on, showing you special shit that he's still alive, or he might show you in a different form or a different religion. It doesn't change. He's just still showing you goodness exists. That's all he's showing you, or message exists, or help. Or you gonna give you help.
You know, the Bible lets you know that God have mercy on those who He choose to have mercy on. So if you was a righteous person in His eyesight, yeah, you'll have a chance. You feel me?
They make heaven look like a physical place. Like if I died right now, I'd be in there in line, right? I'm in line, or maybe there's no line. Maybe I just see my person. They open up the book and they read me my sins. They read me my good and they weigh it out.
None of that's happening, yo.
Now look. This is what they tell you. Your heart be weighed. Your heart be weighed, right? This is what they tell you. This is the image they give you in churches and different beliefs to give you hope.
They lying to you.
To give you a paradise, but they say it's a paradise.
You don't go to heaven. You don't go to heaven. Everybody says a paradise, but you don't never go there because ain't nobody really know whoever made it.
But see,
because they say when you die, you go back to the ground and your spirit go up to the one who gave it to you.
Now, okay.
So you're gonna be waiting.
Now look. I'm all right.
You just waiting. You don't know where you at. You just wait.
Now, all right. Think of it, right?
You ain't never make it to heaven. You're still outside the gates.
Yeah, and there's some people that claim to be incarnated that have knowledge of this earth before they was born. After they're born, they still possess knowledge that they were seen in another life.
I don't believe that. Going since they got all these experiments and science, man, these people playing with people's brains and everything. They can make you wake up. They can make you wake up and see all kind of shit.
Hey, yo, look, right, there's been kids in certain countries, and America doesn't advertise it because it dumbs you down, right? So that's why I say it's so amazing once you actually see God shows you his works. And I don't like calling him God because that's not even the word G
That's
wasn't even
why I
invented
call him
at
the
that
Almighty
time.
Creator,
You know what I mean?
the
Just
creator of all of this
The
shit.
J wasn't even invented when Jesus was around. That shit in created 14. But anyway, so it's just your mind, right? You gotta look at the letters that we speak of wasn't even
It
invented
ain't got
when
nothing to
Jesus
do
was
with that,
around.
right?
But it just
See,
it
see
just
that's see that's
when
one
you
thing
don't
about the
know, when
Bible.
you
See,
don't
that's the
know,
one thing about the Bible. The Bible lets you know you could never add no other book with it to try to find out nothing about it. Because you're gonna just confuse yourself.
if
You
I
know
look
what
at
I'm
the
saying?
Bible, if I look at the Bible, right, and I say, okay, the Bible is 4,000 years old, right? If Adam and Eve, they say Adam and Eve still just say 2 to 4,000 years old, right? So that's the beginning of man, right? And my brain would say, well, just look a little deeper because don't let your enemies tell you who your heroes are, right? And I understand they only gonna tell me so much. So why would I believe just a little bit they tell me? So I got to do my own research if you want to learn. That's why they say if you want to hide knowledge from a you want to hide knowledge from a black man, you put in a book, right?
Put in
Because
the
they let you know
book.
you're not reading, right? So that just puts you if you want to hide a black man's check, you put in his work boots, right? Because they saying you don't work, right? So they say little things about you just to fuck with your mind. So I had to dig a little deeper, right? So when I start saying, well, damn, they found just say mummies 48,000 years ago. They found King Tut. King Tut was only 17 years old. Most of them pharaohs died at young ages due to diseases and stuff like that because of the times. But they don't tell anyway. So I'm like, yo, they watch all these people that died, and they say Adam and Eve are here 2 to 4,000 years ago. But they actually show you people because they never showed me none of these people. Matthew, come on, no fucking body named Matthew in Egypt, nigga named Matthew. Come on, Matt Joseph. I would like you to go to Egypt right now and see if you can find any nigga there named Matthew or Joseph or Peter or Tom or fucking Harry or Joseph. There's nobody there with them names, bro. Them fucking names didn't even exist. So how are you giving me names that didn't exist? So what was their real names? Give me some real
All
names
right.
because those names doesn't
N-
exist.
Now, some of these stories were, metaphorically based on your mind. You know what I mean? And see what you would do with them. And a lot of it comes out of righteousness. Like Jesus has many story. It's a concept and the way to live life. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
On a righteous path and the right and wrong path. No matter, how Jesus, like you said, nobody knows Jesus' life before 30. I studied that too. It's a concept, son. It's a righteous way of life. It's a thought. You know what I mean? Because of the way he behaved himself and carried himself in a moral standard. He might not have
No.
been originally
It ain't see
directly.
y'all got it. You see y'all keep turning into Jesus. But Jesus only came down here so you could find out about God. Because Jesus is God.
Yeah,
That's
but
his name.
people didn't know that because the story. This is what I'm saying. The story from the Bible, from Genesis to the end, they teach you about before Jesus came. People was worshiping idols. People was doing certain things.
No, people was
Babylon.
worshiping. No, you got to think about it. That was the times of Noah. Noah was telling them about God. They used to call him Jehovah back then. Ain't
That's what.
nobody know him by that name. They
That's what I'm
ignored that
saying.
name.
This is what I'm saying. People didn't know God physically. People just heard, and people thought he was crazy. What? So he tried to show people split in the sea, show you there was a higher power, burning bushes,
But
and the
see,
hand going through walls.
that's all. Well, yeah, you're right.
But
Because he split
he
the
was trying to
sea
show people
with
because people in that
Moses.
time didn't believe him. Pharaohs was the highest in them times. Pharaohs and kings and shit. He was trying to show you, man, there's something high. And they was like, man, you fucker, ain't nothing higher than the Pharaoh, ain't nothing higher than the king. He was
All
like, man,
right.
I'm telling
But
Well,
you.
see, but see, that's
that's
what the
something
Bible
similar
really
to where
based
we asked.
upon. The
That's something
Bible based upon for you to understand and believe in something that you can't see.
Now, and see,
almost
it's that.
similar to what we going through today. You know what I mean? That
Mhm.
Jesus was a way of life. Fuck the colonists. Fuck the money. There's something bigger to this
That's a
than
fact.
life. You know what I mean? What he was teaching you was the truth of life, the
Yeah.
structure, what you follow. You know what I mean? Whether he existed or not, or he was real, but the structure of the concept
There you
was
go.
real. So you
There you
could
go.
follow this
That's what I'm getting
doctrine.
to.
You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
So you could
Now,
follow this. This is a doctrine. You know
there
what I
you
mean? This
go.
is a way of life.
There you go.
This ain't just out the mouth of
Yeah.
what people said. This is a way of life. This is how you live your life as a righteous man. Fuck all this money. When Jesus went to the Jews and said, fuck all this money, almost like you, we don't need this shit, son.
No.
This is not our way of life. We're
No.
supposed to be living naturally
Off the
off the
land.
land, son, off of our consciousness and our connection to the Almighty God, which is
I like that.
But you gotta think
existence,
about it,
and
yo. The
what
Bible show
balances
you the
us.
reason why. The Bible show you why all this can happen. We don't
It's a
listen.
lessons. These are lessons.
Yeah, we don't listen. That's why all this happened.
It's
When
not.
we
I'm gonna
had
tell
So
you
it
something, right?
good,
Think
what we
about this.
did, we wanted
let
to
me
go to the
interrupt y'all right
pharaohs.
there.
You
Let me
choose to
interrupt.
go over there.
Let me interrupt y'all right
He ain't
there.
stop you.
When Moses came down from the mountain with the Ten Commandments and
Yeah.
everybody else was worshiping Baal, they worship Baal to this day. He
Yeah.
comes into different names. You know what I mean? And that's how you sell your
You know,
soul because
Baal is
you
the
But you had
devil
the.
though.
But you had 42 laws of Ma'at before you even had that. You had the 42 laws of Ma'at.
Man, you
But that's
believe
what I'm
in
saying.
that?
all right.
Because
Before there was,
those is
hold on a second,
actually
please,
Man,
please
physical
shit.
excuse me,
habits.
knowledge. Before there was the religion, there was understanding
There
and
you go.
understanding the way this world works. Before it
All
was a
Say,
day.
don't you
doctrine,
know
so it
all
was.
Egyptians believed in the devil? All
No.
Egyptians worship the
Hell no.
devil.
Hell no.
What?
Hell no.
Man, you
That's not
tripping.
even
Man, the
fact.
people, yes, that is facts.
Hell
That's
no.
facts, yo.
I think they worship higher consciousness. That's what I think they do.
All pharaohs worship the devil because back then they had sorcerers and all that.
Hey yo, all right, look,
They
right?
cast spells and all that. Come on, man,
White
that ain't
people
nothing
taught
and
but
us.
and
Listen,
and
all
you
right,
know,
so I don't
yo.
want
knowledge.
White
I don't
people
want
Much
I
ain't
don't want to
teach
cut
us
respect,
you
none
off.
of
but
that shit.
Listen to this,
White
listen to
people
this.
ain't teach us that. All that
Have
voodoo
taught
shit
us.
came from
Only
Africa,
white
bro.
people, real shit. White people have taught us, and me too. But I've learned that oh shit, voodoo, witchcraft, sorcery, all that shit is fucking bad. If you
Yeah,
look
that
at Rite Aid,
is.
if you look at Rite Aid, if you look at all them fucking designs, what they do to you on TV, all that shit is witchcraft. All that shit, know what they do? I'm gonna tell you some real shit. When you watch people live amongst each other and only know how to live by taking spirits out, you have shit inside you where only certain people can get out of you. This is real shit. This ain't no white people, and white people actually
Yeah,
go and
but
watch
that's
this
people
shit.
that. But
But I'm
you
just
know
saying,
who get
this
possessed
is
by them
no,
spirits? The
I'm
ones
not
that
saying.
mess with them
Listen,
potions.
just say, but I'm just
See
saying
the
the one.
people
Just
that
say,
mess with them potions
but
and
I'm
call
just
them
saying. Look,
chants and all that shit.
but
They the
listen,
ones get possessed.
but listen, I'm watching literally. If somebody said right now, yo, my stomach hurts. Something is going on with me, right? And a person would say, damn, you got a demon inside you. Or just say it could be whatever. They have people that you go to and they can do certain things and literally get that out of you. Now that's
Yeah,
a
they
good
got
thing. That's a good
soothsayers.
thing.
They got,
That's a good
but
thing.
some of
Now,
them that
but they
don't
tell
mean
you,
they
they,
on God's side though,
but they, it's
because the
not,
devil, people who
it's
work for the
not.
devil can pull spirits out you.
But see, this is the thing. Back in those times, it wasn't God or devil. It was just good and bad. We didn't have a label. We didn't say if you saw somebody doing bad, we just know he's bad. If you saw somebody doing good, he was doing
Yeah,
good. We
yo,
didn't label him.
no, they
We didn't
did.
label that.
They look back then in the Bible times. I forgot what I think it was the Greeks or
Fucking
whatever.
Europeans.
Yeah,
The Europeans.
Europeans in the Bible times they used to call the devil Barbel. And
Yeah, but only them.
another
Only
country used
them.
to call them another word, something close to
Opalian,
Barbel. Yeah, Apollyon.
Opalian, or
When they found out,
Lazarsel.
when they found out, no matter what language it is, it was the same person. It was the devil. They just had a different name, but it was the same person.
Only them white
That
people find shit the devil shit, and they'll tell you where it come from, and that shit don't come from
well,
us,
you could
yo.
say Satan,
That
Lucifer,
even Satan, all them Romans and Spaniards and fucking
man.
Portugal and all that shit. That's
Don't believe
all
in all that,
European
yo.
shit. That's all
No, it
European
ain't
shit.
no
If you look,
European
Well,
issue,
look,
um,
yo.
man.
Don't
but
At
believe
the
listen,
in
end of
that.
the day, it boils down to our ancestors or who
there
we
you go.
worship. We need to honor our ancestors and the natural way of life.
What was
Forget
they
these
doing?
doctrines. You know what I mean? Because some of them will change, and some of these are concepts. These are concepts in a way for you to live a moral life and a good life. You know what I mean? It don't matter whether Jesus existed or not in any religion, bro.
Correct.
But the concept of living that right life and trying to
That's all
do
that
the right
matters.
thing is what matters. You know what I
That's
mean?
all
It
that
don't
matters.
matter what religion, because
Yep.
Christianity, Islam, Jewish shit, that shit didn't exist before.
Segregation.
Yo,
It
listen
was
Segregation.
to me,
brought
yo.
to
That's
this
what
Segregation.
I'm trying to
continent.
tell you. It do matter.
It segregates us. It
You hear me?
segregates us. It
You
makes you
know.
think
See,
you're
this the
better
thing.
than the next person. I
I'm
seen
No,
them
gonna
it
watch.
don't.
agree. Hold on a
See
second.
when
I'm
you,
agree, and I'm gonna disagree with you. Helping the vision. You know what I
I'm
mean?
telling you,
I'm
it do
agree.
matter,
Go
yo. The
ahead.
Bible tell you that there's only one way. So how could you come any other way?
Because I learned other ways.
All right then. So if the Bible tell you there's only one way
No.
to God. See, you saying that now because it's an opinion thing while you living. But all that stands for when we ain't chill no more. We close our eyes
If I
today
say,
tomorrow.
hey yo,
Everything you
if
thought about, you're gonna see if it was true.
I
And
say right
everything
now,
that you
I give
say
you this.
is gonna be stamped on you.
Now look, this is the debunker, right? If I say right now, yo, boom, I got this. This is not man-made. This is the universe. The universe has it. I mean, it gives you this, just say this, the DMT or ayahuasca, right? And if I give you this, what it does is it makes you see it ain't a drug that fucking that's made in a lab. It's literally from the earth. It's the only tree in the world that has a braid wrapped around it. Only tree in the world that has actually like a braid of hair wrapped around the tree, right? And this has been used for fucking centuries, right? And if you take some of this tree and you grind it up and shit like that, and if you drink it, you will actually go, it will go so deep in your pineal gland that you will live there for 9 minutes, right? And if I say, yo, and when you live in your pineal gland, that's where your creation comes from. Everything's created from a thought, and then the thought comes from the creation. Before there's light, there's thought. So it has to be a thought before there's light. So by a thought being, you're going straight to the thought so you can see the light that what you're made from. If I say right now, you can meet your creator. Swear to God, you can meet him right now. Fuck wait until you die. Why would you wait to die to see your mom when you can see her while she alive? So if I can see right now, you meet her. You know what happens? I know a lot of people do. They'll second guess it. You
See,
know
you
what's funny?
sleep. See, that's sleep dream.
No. But this is what I'm saying. When
Cause
I
you
say
know
they've
when you
been doing
pass
this for
away, cause
centuries,
you know,
when I
no, I'm just saying,
no,
but when
listen,
you
no,
pass away, that's how you know
just
it's
say
a
you was passing away.
psychedelic thing, though.
Just say if you was
No,
passing
it's
away.
a
Just say if
psych.
you
I'm just
are.
saying it's a psychedelic thing
But see, this
because
is the thing.
when you pass
Psychedelic is
away, I'm just saying
man-made.
in life, I'm just saying when you pass away in life, period, you don't remember nothing. So
Yeah,
you
but
will
you
never
remember this.
remember none of your people.
You remember
You'll
this.
never
See
you
this?
you'll never know. No, you won't remember nothing you did out here on this earth. All that's wiped away. It's
Yeah,
over with. You
yeah.
a whole
Only
different
thing,
person. So
only
everything you
see.
just said, you wouldn't even remember none of that. Period.
No,
You wouldn't
but
even
it's
know where
not.
you at.
You don't. But see, you don't go through the experience for trying to find about death. You only go to the
No,
experience.
I ain't saying that. I'm just saying it ain't about that. I'm just saying like you saying you could see certain things when you dig into your pineal gland, but in reality, you just in a deep sleep.
But
You
let
to,
me
hear
cut
me?
into
Because
here
if
right
you
here,
was to
gentlemen.
leave this world, oh shit, my phone went dead, man. Damn,
L- Let me
my
interrupt right
phone
here,
went
gentlemen. Helping the vision. Have you ever took magic mushrooms or
dead,
DMT?
man.
Because I'm gonna speak of my experience. All right, when I took mushrooms for the first time, which was a few months back, I feel it started connecting receptors in my brain that
That
weren't
shit deep.
connecting before. It created a deeper connection. You know what I mean? Um, I started taking these magic mushrooms. I was in the proper state of mind, so I started panicking. You know what I mean? So I forced myself to throw up because I don't know what I was gonna go in through. But because I was going into it, I felt in my experience like it was connecting receptors in my brain that weren't being connected and making that connection. And making that connection, it brought me higher to a spiritual self and to a God body status. You know what I mean? And that's why I asked you, have you experienced this? Because if you can't experience this, if you haven't experienced this, you can't speak about it. You know what I mean? Would you agree with me on that knowledge? And
that
I
shit
respect
deep.
your truth. You know what I mean? God
Look, bro,
body.
I'm gonna tell you
You know what
some
I
real
mean?
shit,
But
bro.
I couldn't talk about it until I experienced it. You know what I mean?
But that's
And
what
that's
I'm
the
saying. Why don't we stop ourselves? And that's what I'm saying. Yo, and I'm gonna tell you why I get mad. I'm gonna tell you why I get fucking mad, bro. It ain't about race. It's all about understanding. Because I love everybody, but so I'm understanding. But but I gotta be real. I watch these white people, yo, be so fascinated with just with that, like even mushrooms, DMT, ayahuasca, traveling, meeting indigenous tribes, learning the culture. I'm gonna tell you some real shit, right? If I say, yo, say we going to the pygmy tribe, the little small tribe, and we gonna live their ways for 3 days. So now when you go over there, ain't no hamburgers, it ain't none of that shit. You gotta drink, you gotta eat, you gotta
off
hunt for
the
your
land. You
food.
got to live off the
Oh,
land.
now, but see, this is the thing, right? Your mind, psychologically, your taste buds and all that senses, and when you smell them, you see them, the raw they are, and shit like that. And then you have to really participate. So when you put that liver, when they cook it in a pot with no seasoning and shit like that, and they say, yo, we're gonna give you the eyeball. And like my man ate the eyeball and the shit squirted on his mouth and shit like that. And they looking at you like, nigga, eat that, nigga. That's the protein, nigga. That's good for you. Your mind can't even fathom eating a fucking eyeball from a baboon, because you not really you never experience, you can't really understand that. You can't really understand that process of even. So when I look at that, I'm like, damn, this is where we come from, yo. This is where we come from. But you have to experience this shit to understand it. So when I took that DMT, that shit's like taking 1,000,000 mushrooms. When I took that shit, man, I'm tell you something. Everything I was told in that 9 minutes, 8 minutes, let me know that everything you was taught is bullshit. That shit doesn't exist. When you die, only thing come with you is you, nigga.
Your consciousness.
That's it. That's it. And you create that shit yourself. I'm gonna tell you something.
Your body's a vessel.
Everybody that take that shit always have a female presence, right? So I start thinking like, damn, so maybe because it's coming from Mother Earth, that's why you feel so much of that motherly energy. So everybody takes it. I don't give a fuck. You got scientists that been studying this shit, taking people under for 3 or 4 months to see if they can get to the third rim or see if they can get to the fourth dimension just by just seeing if they can open the portal. And they say they've tried, they're doing it, and they just been fascinated. I'm watching just their curiosity building ships and just curiosity taking these.
But the curiosity is based on facts, on ancient facts.
And that's what bugged me out, because I'm like, yo, why are they taking our shit, yo? Why ain't we fascinated as much as these motherfuckers? And it's our shit, nigga.
Because we've been manipulated.
And that's what I'm watching. And now that's why when people talk about God and God and God and God and God, I've never seen a panel full of white people talking about church or talking about God ever. So it's funny how you introduce it to us, but you'll say, well, they didn't introduce it to us. I'm gonna tell you something. That's the only book we can have. How is funny that we couldn't allow to read, but they give you a Bible. Why would they give you a Bible if they didn't want you to read? That's like that's a mental right there. But you don't look at that far. You don't look at that far. Only thing you look at is that you got a couple blessings because somebody shot at you and then it didn't kill you. God saved your life, all this shit like that. So you just stick with that shit. But it ain't the fucking religion that saved you. It was the universe or God itself, not the religion. Religion has nothing to do with it. It was the God itself. And sometimes you can get out of situations yourself and not even know it, nigga. Like you can do shit that you don't even.
Because you got body.
But not everybody is God. Yo, when everybody say, yo, I'm a king, I say, yo, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I can say Don P's a king, right? King is not something you give yourself. King is how people look at you. So right now, if somebody said, yo, if Don P was running for king, would you fucking vote for him? I'm like, hell yeah, because I know he got a good head on his shoulders. I know he's gonna make decisions for the people. I know he's gonna be understanding, be loving. That is king's fucking value. How can you call yourself a king when people around you don't even consider you that? So right now, acknowledge you as that. So really, you're lying to yourself. You're calling yourself something people is not acknowledging you as. I don't call myself a king. People respect me as one because when I step in the room, it's acknowledgement. Yo, bro, whatever like that. So I'm like, oh shit, I got that king presence. Can I be a king? Probably not right now because I got too much pain and all this fucking abuse in my brain and shit. But I know I have the potential. So what I do is I say, well, it's a few of us. It ain't everybody. Everybody ain't no fucking king, nigga, because you have to give a person that title. It ain't just given to you. Just like a child. A child don't call himself a king. He has to either be born into it, and that's it, nigga. You gotta be born into it. You could be a peasant, and you cannot be a king just because you think you won. Fuck no, it doesn't work that way. But now everybody can be a king. Oh, I'm a king, I'm a queen. I'm like, man, it don't go off words, it go off actions. You can't call. I'm a soldier, nigga. I don't want to be. I was born one. That's why it ain't hard for me to come to Mexico. It ain't hard for me to come here because I'm not scared. I'm not thinking, oh shit, the cartel, somebody gonna kill. I'm thinking myself, nigga, you do what you gotta do and be a real nigga, you gonna make it. That's what I was told in my life. Real niggas can go anywhere. That's what we used to say. So shit, I'm in Mexico for 6 months. I never had one problem. I've had my chain on, big chains and all that shit. And nobody ever tried to jump me, beat me up, rob me, or none of that shit. But I know some white boys that had it hard out here. Hard.
Yeah, you know, that kingship shit. It's not a name, it's a way of fucking life. You know what I mean? Like you said before, in your previous lives, people bring gifts to you, how people brought gifts to kings. You know what I mean? And in my present life, people respect me and bring gifts to me, not because of what I can provide monetarily, but because who I am, and because of who I am, I produce for them monetarily. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Like I could tell you, you know, I gave you $10. and this nigga gave you $20, but you don't realize I had $10 and this dude had $200.
Yeah.
So who the fuck gave you the most? I
Yeah.
had $10. I gave you $10. This dude had $200 and he gave you $20. Who
Yeah.
gave you the most?
You did
Even though
because
it
you gave me your last.
appears, yeah, it appears that way, but you gotta, beyond appearances, and those who know what I'm talking about can see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm standing here right now. You
I
know,
mean,
not all could come on this panel and stand here like we do. You know what I mean? That's why there's only three or few of us. You know what I mean? And there's a few of us, and that's why I respect my man that was just on the panel. You know
I
what I
fuck,
mean?
I fuck so bad. And the thing
Respect
is,
to
right?
that.
I can't. I remember when I first got on here, when I was going hard at first dose, right? Man, I had mad people in my room, mad people, right? And I look at it everywhere I go. I don't give a fuck what platform I go. It could be Instagram, it could be Facebook. If a motherfucker on there speaking real shit, he the most got like 30, 40, 100, 200 people in the room. But if you on there ratchet, you on there doing some ratchet shit, you get a lot of attention. And my mind and body and soul was always say, I don't give a fuck how broke I am, my guy. I'm never gonna do my soul, my heart, my everything wouldn't allow me to do it. Like I just can't. I don't know. Like I don't know. And sometimes you feel bad. Like damn, I wish I could just be regular. Like just and because sometimes when this third eye is open, when your mind is open and shit like that, it's hard to fucking block that shit. When you start realizing the world for what it is, it's so hard. So sometimes it's like sometimes you wish like I never wish I had this because it takes a lot of enjoyment on a lot of negative shit that you like, but then you understand it. It's not really, it's not good for your soul. It's just good for your flesh. So if you care so much about your soul, then why you ain't trying to please it? But you always trying to please your flesh. That's what you try. You try to think please food wise. It could be sex. It could be TV. It could be all this shit. But you're not pleasing your soul. So what I'm trying to do is being isolated out here. Only thing I have to do now is please my soul because there's no distraction to please my flesh. So it's like, yo, I really got to make this work because it's been a lot of time. Like I'll be real because that's all I just give her. It's been a lot of time. Me and my wife should tell you. I'm like, fuck it, man. We got to go back. Now we don't say it like to really, but we get in situations like, yo, it's hard out here. Yo, it's fucking hard out here because like I said, I'm a black dude. I'm young, and the only way you can really make it out here if you owning property or if you like doing shit like that because everything is from the ground. So right now, if I open up a fucking cheesesteak spot. I only can sell my cheesesteaks for $3, $3 or $4, because to them that's 300. That's like just say 100 pesos is $5. So if it's a sandwich, I can't charge $5. That's 100 pesos. I only could charge like just say 60 pesos or 80 pesos because restaurants charge like $120 for like something nice. And this ain't no restaurant. This is my spot. So I only can charge like $4 or $5. So it's like, damn, but back home, I can charge $7, $8 because the money is so much there. It ain't nowhere else. And that's why every fucking body go there because of all the money that's there. But when I actually sit and think about it, I say, man, that's not life. People are trying to chase a fucking dream. People are trying to chase, they're running away from their culture. They're running away from a lot of things because really life ain't about money, man. Life is about family. Life is about just enjoying this. When you walk outside and see banana trees, you got a fucking, what's that shit? Chinese hiccupus, and you got paper flowers growing, and you got all these things. I didn't even know about that shit till I moved here because I'm like, I wonder what's growing in my yard. The next thing you know, I can make tea out of half of my fucking yard. You can make tea. You got lemongrass could grow out there. You got certain things like, oh shit, I can. This is what I supposed to be. This is how I'm supposed to be living. 90% of the markets have fruits and vegetables. 90% of the market. That's all it is. And then the rest is meat and other herbs and spices and shit. It ain't like oatmeal, cookies, Oreos, Doritos, shit like that. Only way you get that shit if you go to a bodega or to a fucking Walmart. But that's not main food. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you so real. If I get a coconut out here, you can't throw that coconut away. You can't just drink all the coconut. No, you have to bring it back to the coconut guy. He cuts it in half, and you have to eat the
Eat the
meat.
pulp.
You gotta
The
eat the
pulp.
meat. That
Yeah.
shit is so nasty to me. To me, it tastes like I'm eating
It's so
somebody's
fucking
skin.
healthier than anything you ever
That
had,
shit
though.
is, bro, that shit is so fucking healthy. Number one, it's healthy. Number two, you know what my man told me? He said, we don't waste nothing. He said, nigga, that you don't waste that, nigga. That's good for you. I don't give a fuck how it tastes. You got to care about what it does for you. I'm still stuck on my mind, like, man, this shit tastes nasty as hell. I ate a little bit because I wanted to take it in, but I try to get that shit away because I feel disrespectful throwing it away. But he ate. He was like, man, fuck, I eat it for you because we don't waste shit, especially something that's good for you. So I have to even wrap my mind around, like, damn, like, I gotta eat the coconut meat out that motherfucker. Word is born. You want to deal with, you want to get right. You want to be right. You talking all this macho man shit.
Life is what you make it, baby. Life is what you make it. Either you can stick to the doctrine of the okey doke, or you can make life in reality for what is in
That shit is hard.
itself.
That shit is
You know what I
hard,
mean?
bro. That shit is hard.
No doubt. That's why I respect those that can make changes because a lot of, like I said before when I first came on here, it's on fear. People fear what they don't understand or what's coming beyond them. You know what I mean? But if you stand on your square and you know who you are, then you know you could probably make these moves. You know,
It's hard. I
um,
know.
but the concepts and the fears and the constructs they put in us. You know, the world is so beautiful. World is so grand, especially us people living in the United States. I'm not going to say America, but the United States of America. You know, they teach us that money is the dream. Nah, that's not the real dream, man. You know, the real wealth is living a happy and fruitful life, man. Not having monetary value, man. You know, the real wealth is in the way you live your life, man,
Less
and
is
the
more.
way your family is, and that's what makes you grand, son. Not what you do for your people and how you help and how you live your way of life. It doesn't matter how much wealth you make because you could be a motherfucking billionaire and still have a fucked up soul and not look out for your peoples. You know what I mean? So it's all within the heart and where it comes from. You know, going back to life is what you make it, nigga. You can make it positive, you can make it negative. It's all
The
on to
next
you.
house, I tell y'all, and I don't like to lie, right? Because I like to always, because everything I tell y'all, see, the next house we get, it ain't gonna be long. I just gotta be motivated to do this more. But the next house we get, I'm not doing this. You see, I got this gate behind me. This gate, I don't like that shit. You know why I don't like that shit? Because it feels like I'm not embracing everything. I'm not taking. I'm gonna tell you something. By me being out here, it's still hard to go out there because it's a whole different world out there. It's not a bad world. It's not like, oh my God, it's unsafe. It's just a lot of me not knowing. So right now, I say, damn, I'm hungry as hell. When I go outside, there's no options. There's no Slim Jims here. There's no honey buns. There's none of those things. So my mind is like, damn, I want a Slim Jim right now or some beef jerky. You can't get that shit. You might get a little. There's so many options, but the options are like are not what I would take. So the better options are fruit, vegetables, and notice everybody here cooks their own. So if I needed to make tomato, I would go, like, if I wanted to make like a fucking sauce, instead of me going to Walmart buying it, I would get tomatoes, garlic, and everything else, and I would blend it myself. I would do everything myself. So by me not knowing how to be independent with even cooking my own baking or whatever like that, I'm used to just going to Walmart, grabbing something, bringing it home. Used to going to get something, go right on. Here it's like, if you want some sweet, nigga, make your own honey bun, make your own ice and shit like that, because that's how people survive, off their own whatever. So it's like, damn, now I gotta learn how to do all this shit, and it's a lot because, like I said, when I go out there, damn, I want a cheesesteak. There ain't no fucking cheesesteak out there, but I know what I gotta do. I gotta go to the market and get a bigger thing of beef, slice that up very thin, chop it up, grab some nacho cheese sauce. They get some bread for 7 pesos. Grab that. The bread is 7 pesos. Think about it. $1 is 20 pesos. So I got $20 for my $1. Bread is a nice, fresh, big, long piece of bread is only 7 pesos. That's not even $1. So you go get some bread, get 3 or 4 of those, boom, like that, bring it home. Everything you get, you have to do it here. So it's like, damn, no more microwave quick shit. You have to do everything yourself. So that's another thing I have to learn. And then when I have to go in the store, I get confused. Buenos dias. Carnes, no pollo, no pollo. Carnes, sí. Kilo, whatever. Cuánto? This motherfucker says cinco, whatever. I'm like, cinco, what the fuck is that? What'd he say? I'm like, damn, now I gotta give him money. And now I gotta think about this. I'm gonna give you 100 pesos. This is what he can say. He can say, it's more. I'm thinking to myself, that's $5. It might be more. I get another 100 pesos. He could have just beat me right there. He could have just beat me because I don't know. What the fuck? I don't know what he just said. So he know it. So I got beat. And you get that all the time because, like you said, tourists. So there you go, another. So now that comes out my pocket. When you make mistakes like that, comes out your pocket, comes out your pocket, comes out your pocket. Oh shit, I made a mistake and lost $100, not knowing I could. Another mistake, another pocket, another pocket. So now you're making your mistakes not only with your money, but your time. So it's like, damn, bro, I ain't got time for this shit. I'm blowing too much. I can't do this shit anymore. I can't do this shit. But the universe keeps saying, you know why? Because you're focused on what the world can do for you instead of being focused on what you can do for the world. And until you start doing that, that's when you will see another side of your success. But if you don't work on that, you won't see it. So now I gotta say, damn, I really gotta work on myself here. And that shit is hard. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. When I left, nobody called me. All them friends that I had on the online and shit, them niggas don't call me no more. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm not no niggas don't fuck, man. Listen, I gotta break my neck, call 3 or 4 times for a nigga to get a voicemail. I'm telling you, like, so I stopped doing it. But that just let me know, man, you by yourself. Like you said, only thing you got is your family. That you should put your time into that. But I didn't think that because I thought I had friends, just like that. But then when you're in the situation where people now have to reach out, people have to come outside to talk to you, or they're going to do that. They're not. They're not going to do that. So that's when I said, oh man, it's time to work on yourself because you spend too much time working on everybody else. This shit is painful.
Word up, yo. Shit is real on the battlefield, man. Study your lessons and learn, man. You know what I mean? Study your mathematics and your sciences, man. Get the fuck off these, these sites that influence you. These sites that have influences, you know what I mean? Get back to the real world. You know what I mean? Get back to reality, man. The influences. So yeah, a lot of the masses are being influenced, man. You know what I mean? Yo, shout out to Lion Real Life and Real Spit with Lion Pain, man. Cause it couldn't be joy without pain, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Good to see you here if that's the real you, bro. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Hit that link, son. Share that knowledge,
yeah.
bite. You know what I mean? Word is born, man. It's all love over here, man. We family, son. If you spit that real, you already know what it is, bite. Word up.
And
We
y'all
all
see,
welcome here.
yeah. Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you, I've seen some stuff out here. Man, I ain't gonna speak on that negative, but I've seen some stuff out here, like some spiritual stuff. You know who Santa Muerta is, right? Santa Muerta,
La Santa
Santa,
Muerte, yeah.
Santa Muerte, right? So we got. I ain't gonna show you the altar right now. You know what I mean? But my wife got a Santa Muerte, probably almost my size. It's half of my size, half of me, right? So they go hard. Like even my rings is Santa Muerte. I got all my rings in
Well,
Santa.
let's explain it a little bit different. That Santa Muerte is an understanding where the spiritual world is as close to the reality world than we can speak to our ancestors. You know what I mean? And our ancestors could speak to us. You know what I mean? To explain more a little bit of the Santa Muerte to our knowledge. What up, God?
Okay.
Son, yo,
Speak
salute,
your truth.
salute, man.
Salute, salute, salute.
Salute, salute, B. God
You already
bless
know,
y'all,
bro.
man. I used to dabble, you know what I'm saying, in Santeria. You know what I'm saying? My family come from that. You heard? And the spiritual realm is real. Now, I'm not gonna tell nobody not to do what this, that, and the third. I don't suggest it though. You know what I'm saying? I went through some very dark spiritual times in my life. You know
Shit
what I'm
real.
saying? Where things that were happening that you wouldn't believe were happening. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Your sense of reality gets all types of clouded and all that. I've seen some shit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say. You heard? So, I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all what to believe in. Me personally, I believe in Christ. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up as a child coming up through my life with a very heavily influenced family that was heavily influenced into Santeria. You know what I mean? And I seen some shit, my boy. You heard? I even lost my eye to see some
Yeah.
shit, my nigga. You know what I mean? So the spiritual realm is real. I just say be careful when you're playing with that type of shit. You know what I mean?
This shit deep, yo. All right, look, all right. If people don't know who she is, right? When the Catholic came to Mexico and stuff like that, a lot of people wasn't accepted by the Catholic because of sometimes their presentation, their character,
That was
or
spooky.
they was, you know what I mean, just off them, they wasn't accepted. So what happens is they made this God of Death because God of Death accept anybody. It doesn't look down upon whoever you are, it just accepts you for who you are, right? So a lot of people like, damn, they can worship something that it takes in whatever. But the thing that was scary with me was when I started researching was her delivery, her delivery, or like of her giving people what they asked for was so fast that it was faster than Jesus ever been. So that scared me a little bit because I'm like, how can people create something from just a thought or just whatever? It wasn't nothing like, oh, it had history, she walked the earth or nothing like that. It was just something they created. But her response to people that pray to her is so quick. It made me like, damn, this stuff is real. And I've seen people pray to her and things change.
The
And it's
devil
like,
give you gifts too,
wow.
son. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The devil will gift you too. You heard, but you got a price to pay when it's all over. People think it's cute,
Yo, and
but when it's
and
all
I'm gonna tell
over,
you
you're gonna
something.
pay for that.
To get something,
Like
I learned
DMX
this from my
said when
I
he was
learned this from
meeting
my man.
Damien, that nigga said, "You didn't say no when you allowed me to give. Now,
Yeah.
nigga, give me what the fuck you owe."
Hey
You know what
yo,
I mean? That's that
my man
soul.
put me on that. And I mean, that's the first one put me on. He's like, yo, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, this is how it works, right? I ain't gonna talk too crazy. Like, yo, whatever you want, you have to give her. You know what I mean? So maybe you want a job or something like that. So you might give her fruit, or you might give her something
It's
offerings like
like the
that.
Orishas,
You know what I
bro. It's
mean?
the same thing and the same
But then
concept as the
if you
Orishas.
want if
I
you
used
want
to go
success,
into the water. I used to peel oranges, go into the water, take a bite of the oranges, pour honey in the water, and throw everything in the river. You know what I'm saying? As an old, you know what I'm saying, to a demon, you know what I'm saying? Or they call Orishas, you know what I'm saying, named Ochun. You know what I'm saying? I grew up doing this. You heard, but I learned my lesson. That some people don't know. Oh, yeah. If you work with them and you bow down to them and all that, you might have a life that looks like you winning. But at the end, son, you're
You
gonna
gotta
so
pay
pay
what's
that
for
that?
it.
price.
So what's that? They got a thing like Oshun and Ogun and stuff like that. They real. They real, yo.
It's all part of
But
the
you owe.
dark world, man. It's all spiritual, man. Those things that they're not really real. It's just that demons exist. You see, when it comes to demons, there's legions, bro, and the devil will make you
I was
believe
learning
it. So,
about that.
and the devil will make you make anything appear as if it's real, man. He's the prince of this earth, man. You know what I'm saying? He walking around here like he runs shit down here. You know what I'm saying? So all that Ogun or Chum, all those names, I don't want to really say no more. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing for the Haitians. You know what I'm saying? Like Baron Samedi. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. So it's all evil, bro. At the end of the day, they the same fucking goons with different names. You know what I'm saying? Applied it to different lives, bro. It's all
Just,
crazy though.
just like I mentioned before, Baal goes by different names. You know, the spirituality shit, this shit ain't disappear, son. This shit goes on in present day, but we were taught to
Facts.
forget about this shit. You know what I mean? So just like the Arch of Triumph that was produced, you know, in many different cities, the Arch of Triumph, that was the roadway to the Temple of Baal. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand that. The Arch of Triumph,
And yeah, it's a fact. Which I didn't mean to cut you off, but you know, Bao, that's like modern day Santa Muerte and Santeria, son. It just took different names and different forms, all this evil shit throughout centuries, bro.
all right, just like
That's crazy.
my man that was on the panel, fuck, I keep forgetting his name, but my man that was previously on the panel, and he explained
Helping the
when
vision.
Moses helping the vision when Moses came down from the motherfucking mountain with the Ten Commandments, and these people was worshiping this golden god. You know what I mean? That's Baal right there. The people that were making sacrifices to their children, which goes on in present day, or might be in hip hop or any,
All
Yeah, I
types
seen
of
that.
the
The
Illuminati
Illuminati shit, yeah.
or the Illuminati, cause Lion Pain, I rock with you, son. So
yeah,
thi-
Illuminati.
this shit didn't disappear. This shit goes on to present day, but we were made to believe that this shit don't exist. So we were okie doke because this shit still exists in present day,
Shit
and
still
these
exists.
people are making sacrifices to these false gods in present day. You know what I mean? So we have
Factual.
to understand that.
Yeah, they sacrificed for Santa Muerte. They
Yeah,
Well,
they
sacrificed.
can I chime in real quick?
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like any religion or any culture that teaches you to worship something outside yourself is just a gimmick. Because the devil and God and all these gods and goddesses, to me, it's like an illusion. Because everything starts within.
Yeah.
So it don't, a lot of people say, well, if God really exists, why would he let this type of stuff happen? Or if this exists. So a lot of these things that we've taught, we're always taught
You
to
know,
worship something outside of ourselves when everything is within. But it's easier to blame the devil. No, that shit is already in you, and you just brought it to life because we are powerful. You know what I mean?
Well,
I have Oshun. I call her white girl because that's one of, she has multiple names, and a lot of people call
Yeah.
her white girl because of skeleton, but most people look at her like she's devilish because of her look. You
no,
see what I'm
no.
trying to
You know
say?
what? You know what? I'm gonna fall back. You heard, because I got a real history with that. You know what I'm saying? With all due respect, and I don't want to say something that,
nah, don't
you know what
fall
I'm saying.
back, son. We need to
Yeah,
But
explain
yeah, yeah,
ourselves
yeah.
and
but
experience ourselves, son. You know what I
I
mean?
fed that. I fed that. Let me tell you something, yo. You know what I'm saying? Just hear me out real quick. And you could believe me, you don't have to believe me. I'm not here to out sharpen the game. You know what I'm saying? But check it out. I was practicing for many, many years. You heard one day, and this is a true story, and you can find it on my channel too. There's I got a whole video about it. You know what I'm saying? If you look in the Chronicles of Antonio Bicicleta in my channel, in my playlist, right? But one
Machetero.
day, what's up, my brother?
I said machetero, papito. You know, Ponce, Puerto Rico, aquí, uno es de Ponce,
Wepa,
papito.
wepa. Boricua's on that set. But
You
yo,
already
check it.
know.
Yo, Don P, you my nigga, son. God bless you, B. Yo, so one
Bendiciones.
day I didn't know Jesus Christ. I didn't know God like I thought I did. I knew that there had to be something going on with all that, but I didn't really, really know, right? One day I was going through it with my ex-wife. I was stressed out for a couple years being with this woman, you heard? So one day I didn't have all the tools necessary. I didn't have no Blue Full. I didn't have no cacarilla. I didn't have no nothing, right, in my house where I moved to. So I asked somebody to send me that stuff from New York because I was living in Florida at the time. I had left, you know what I'm saying, to move to Florida. And I told somebody to send me some materials, right? I was gonna do a ritual, a ebo. It's really called an ebo. We call it ebo in Santeria. But I was gonna do an ebo to Ochun to fix my relationship because I wanted to keep it, even though it was toxic and wasn't good for me, right? Well, the day I got the materials, right? I was gonna. It was pouring. It was pouring outside. I couldn't go to the store to get the last little things I needed. Right? Well, I didn't want to go to the store because it was pouring crazy. All right, cool. The next day comes. I'm gonna do the ritual. I had a feeling like I was getting hit by a car. I was walking, and I out of nowhere, I felt like something was about to hit me. I thought it was a car, but when I jumped and turned around, there was nothing there. You heard? I said, "Yeah, I'm bugging out, son. I just be bugging. So that's some good weed. I blamed it on the weed. Yeah, I'm bugging." I went home. You heard? New Year's came. Something was telling me not to do it. But after New Year's, I did it anyway. 2 days later, my house was on fire. You hear me? 2 days after that, my ex-wife ripped my legs off my neck, bro. After that, I went into a nothing but war with people, war, beef everywhere. Ever go? I'm fighting with people. I'm arguing with people. Me and this chick, we don't get along. I was already stressed out with her. I met this other chick and I went for it. I said, fuck it. Turned out to be a whole Jezebel spirit, bro. Gaslit me, drove me crazy. I went for a whole like 4 years, my nigga. I mean, but 4 years before that point of the fire, and then a whole year after that, where my life just was crazy. I got jumped by some niggas. I caught a new case. You know what I'm saying? They was offering me fit, all types of shit. And everywhere I was going, I was meeting people of Christ. Yo, what's up, man? Yo, they was just trying to talk to me, and I wouldn't want to listen to them. And then I lost my eye. Boom, bitch hit me in the eye with a bottle. Boom, I lost my eye. When I came out of that, when I came out of the operation of that shit, this bitch was smear campaigning me. She was my language lord. This girl did a smear, all types of weirdness. Narcissism, I didn't know what that was. You heard all types of things. I went and got baptized. When I came out the baptism, bro, I saw so much clearer. Even though I was missing the eye, and it sound crazy,
Yeah, you
I
see me.
started seeing all
Yo,
types of
let me
stuff more
interject
clearer.
right there. That's why when I was in your live Land Pain, I told you in the land of the blind, a man with one eye, with one open eye is the king, bro. So even if you got one eye, don't let that shit, fall to you, son, because you're more conscious than a lot of these people that have two
Two eyes.
eyes. You know what I mean? So you have
Appreciate
more
that.
vision with one eye than some of these motherfuckers that's asleep with two eyes.
That's a whole, I tell you, I appreciate you, Don P. I used to tell people, and I still feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I lost my eye so that I could see. Because see, my life before
Facts.
losing the eye, I was, even when I had good
Blind with
jobs or
two
whatever,
eyes,
I
nigga.
was
You can see
wilding.
more with one eye than you can see more with two eyes.
Yeah, that's how I feel, bro. So I don't tell nobody. I'm not here to tell nobody what to believe in and none of that. I'm just here to give my personal experience in hopes that it helps somebody else. You know what I mean? I don't argue about it because we're not here to win arguments. We're here to win souls, and we're here to say help people. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, bro, that's really what happened to me. You heard, and that's what led me to Christ. You know what I'm saying? And my whole family, not my whole family. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of my mother and my sisters, all my aunts and uncles that was into Santeria, when they found out that I ain't rocking with that, bro, yo, people was cutting me off left and right. Yo, Antonio, he's a sellout now. Yo, that nigga Anthony sucks. Yo, my nigga, when you turn over the new leaf and you start and you build a relationship with God, it do get harder for you. People do come and hate you. Bad things do happen to you, but you got to remember it was all written. And even in the word of Christ, it says, yo, remember, they will hate you for my name's sake. And they will hate you because they first hated me, son. You heard? When people say, yo, why bad things happen to good people? Well, life is a test, bro. And we're being tested, yo, and it's a test of faith. And no matter what you go through, you know what I'm saying? You can't get to the kingdom without going through that stuff. If you look at those people with easy lives and laughing and joking at the rest of the world, they only got it easy on earth. After this, we going somewhere else.
Facts.
And you got to make the choice, yo. Listen, you got to grab that cross and you got to walk with it, bro. That's all it's about, man. It's bearing your cross, dog. You know what I'm saying? People want it easy, yo. Let me go to the orishas. Let me go to the statues and all that. The statues, they can't save you.
No doubt.
You
No
know what I
doubt.
mean? But
Yo,
yo,
much
man, yo,
respect to
God
you.
bless you guys, man. I'm gonna tap off, man. I'm here with wifey and
Nah,
all that. We chilling.
don't tap off yet, dog. You know what I mean? I got
Yo,
some words
what's
to say,
up,
man.
man? Yo,
And I'm
Don P,
glad you
what's
here,
up, man?
bro. I'm glad you're here. You know where I'm from. You know what sector I'm from and what group I come from, son. When I come on your panel, son, I'm me. I'm real as I am.
I
Me.
appreciate you, my
I'm
G.
not a op nigga. I'm not here for motherfucking intel or none of that shit. You know what I mean?
It's all
Whether
South, so you know.
I don't know, how you feel about Grizz or not, but yeah, I made him know where I come from. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
I don't know. I didn't know I had a problem. I don't got no problem with Grizz. I didn't even
Nah, I'm
know there
not.
was a thing.
Yeah, I don't even know because the last time I seen you on the panel, y'all niggas, was speaking the real. But
I got love for Grizz, B. I think Grizz, you know, I mean, he ain't never did nothing to me, not to my
no
knowledge.
doubt, and not to mention him, but I'm just telling you, you know what I mean, as a real dude, son, on some real talk, not on some fake shit, nigga. When I come to your panel, it's because I see y'all, Boricuas on the set, and ain't too many people repping Boricuas on the set. That's why I come over there to you. You know what I mean? And
That's what's up.
like
I mean, I
today,
love Don P. At the end of the day, I love all people, but you know this dirty sector, I have niggas confused, my nigga. You know what I'm
no
saying?
doubt, son, and that's why I'm here to talk to you, and I'm glad you pulled up, son. Much respect to that, because I was on your live today, and I saw you calling Eve a gorilla and a monkey. You know what I mean? And I don't
Yeah.
know if you have a personal beef with her. I don't know if it's due to knowledge is born. You know what I mean? But that's my people, son. So that
Okay.
hold on a
Okay.
second. Let me finish. Speaking what I'm speaking. You know what I mean? So that shit causes divisions amongst us because you rock with knowledge is born. I don't know if you have a personal beef with Eve, you know what I mean? But that's my people's over there, and that's where I come from, you know what I mean? So it makes me feel a certain way when I'm on your panel, son, and I'm showing love to you and I'm rocking with you when you dissing my peoples, you know what I mean? And sometimes that shit
Okay.
causes
Okay.
division. All right, let me
So
finish. Me and you personally might not have a personal beef, you know what I mean? Because it's all love, but the people we associate with might alter our way of thinking. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
as a real dude, son, you know what I mean? I ain't like that shit. I still respect you. I love your content, my nigga. Yo, there can't be joy without pain because I enjoy your show. So joy is within enjoying your show. So let's enjoy. You know what I mean? Take
Okay.
that
Okay.
and run
So
with
give
it,
me a
Papa.
moment, manito.
Go
You
ahead, I'm
heard?
gonna fall back. You speak, son.
Give me a moment, manito. I don't know who that girl is, right? Check this out. Just hear me out. You know? I only lie to the police and my baby mother, nigga. You hear me?
This
No
nigga's
So,
doubt.
so check this out, son. I'm gonna keep it real with you. So, hay un tipo que se llama Mac Mean. You heard,
Yo,
right?
there.
2 weeks ago, he took the video down too. He's a slanderer. You know what I'm saying? I used to love this nigga, bro. I built with this nigga. I prayed for this nigga, all that. You hear me? So what he start doing is he start snaking, trying to get me shot. A dirty sector bullshit, dirty
Yeah,
sector shit, right? He start playing those games. Now, what he doesn't understand is that I'm not an internet nigga, B. I'm a nigga on the internet. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So he's doing all this weird shit, making blogs about me. So one day, this is what happened. And then he deletes them. It's like a gaslighting thing, like, oh, you seen it, but you didn't see it, nigga. Like, I know those games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
YouTube
not to
play.
slander the nigga. So one day on his show, he was slandering me, bro. Yo, this nigga's this nigga's that. And yeah, I'm over here tranquilo, just making content, doing interviews with Cuban links and shit and having fun. And this nigga's over here slandering me, right? So the girl Eve comes on the channel. She never even heard my name before, B.
Yeah,
You heard? And
yeah.
this sucker is over here. She's like, yo, who you talking about? And he lies to her. Oh, I'm talking about this troll nigga. You know what I'm saying? Racist nigga. I ain't racist, bro. You know what I'm saying? But check it out.
No
I'm gonna
doubt.
get to that though, right? He starts talking all this shit about me. You know what the girl does? Word, yeah, fuck that nigga too. So as a gentleman, I try to reach out to her. I say, yo, listen, Nana. You know what I'm saying? Before you just believe what anybody says about me, do your own homework. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yes,
what I
sir.
tried to say, right? So I said, I ain't trying to beef with no females, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do that.
No doubt.
So one day they talking about I let it go. I said, I believe what you want. I let it go. So I went and tested the temperature. So they was talking about Skiing Team off a video I posted that the Saladin nigga wound up posting after me. They're talking about the situation. So I chimed in, you heard? So they like, yo, Lampang, yo, come to my chat. Yo, I want to ask you, son. So I thought,
The setup. The setup.
yeah, the setup, nigga. So I thought that Shorty was gonna ask me something either about me or about the topic in hand. You heard? But when I went up there, nigga, you heard they came for me, nigga. They thought they made it ugly. I was still in. You could go to the video and check it out yourself. I still say, yo, look, man, Shorty don't like me for two reasons. One, for the lies that Mac Mean told her, and two, because I have an alliance with Knowledge Born. Now check this
Correct.
out though. I
Correct.
don't watch all these niggas shit, bro. You don't
Correct.
see me on everybody panel, my nigga. I do me on my shit. Niggas is talking about me. I don't give a fuck. I just address the shit niggas said. I just put the mirror in your face, nigga. I don't have to lie about nobody. You say this, that, and the third, I just put the mirror in your face. Look at you. You heard?
Doubt.
So Shorty, listen to Magmean. I didn't know that that the Knowledge Born, that he did that shit where he pulled up on her. I didn't have no clue about that shit. They
Yeah.
mad at me for that. I'm like, yo, I wasn't there. I wasn't part of it. I don't condone that type of shit. That's my man, yeah. But I don't condone running up on females and none of that. I didn't condone that. I didn't even know what happened. I didn't know. Now I'm not mad that he did that now because I see she be in the trouble making shit too, my nigga. I know
No
that's your
doubt. No
friend.
doubt. No doubt.
I
She
know
talk a
that's your
lot of shit
friend, but
too.
that's your
You know what I
dirty
mean? Yeah.
sector friend. You heard? And they be with that bullshit. I don't be with that bullshit. So when they did all that, you try to comfort me. Cool. So now a couple like a week later, some shit. I'm on the Wax AP show. I show love. They come for me, nigga. I'm like, wow, son, because they believe in what the nigga Mac Mean said, and they believe and they hate Knowledge Born. You don't hate me
Yeah.
for what you actually know about me.
Your
You hate me for what
association.
you think you know about me. So when they disrespected me and try to make it racial, I called the bitch a monkey. I did it not because she black, but because you act like a babbling baboon. You know what I'm
You
saying?
want to hit them where it hurts.
So I'm gonna hit you where it hurt. Yeah, son, because you disrespecting me. So I believe in this. You can't back a man into a war and then complain about how he pop you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So then they say, yo, then she said, yo, you want to call us black bitches, right? I'm the type of nigga, don't dare me to do it. Don't dare me, son. I don't have, yo, listen, I'm from the Bronx. I love black people. I grew up in a Jamaican neighborhood, B. I don't got no race issues. But since you want to play these games, oh, you want to call us black bitches, right? All right, well, whatever, then you black bitch. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of these niggas trying to bully the nigga. They try to shadow ban me, cancel me, all the dirty sector, cancel culture, faggotry, and all that shit. You heard? Well, listen, I rep for real, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? last word to every scar on my body, B. I don't disrespect people. I don't start trouble with people, but I'm not gonna back down for no sucker ass motherfucker, bro. Now I know that's your peoples, and you think you know Shorty and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I won't disrespect that. You can have that, you know? But that's my truth, my nigga. I ain't had nothing to do with niggas running up on your shit. You shouldn't be mad at me for that. And all that shit Mac Mean said, he was lying, and you didn't do your homework. So you coming aggressive towards me, you know what I'm saying? And you don't even know me for
You don't
real.
even know your opponent. You don't even know your
Yeah.
opponent. Talking
Yeah,
shit.
You heard?
and now to interrupt there, yeah, I understand that, you know what I mean? And like I said, when I come on your panel, it don't matter who you got beef with, I'm me, I'm Don P, son. I roll with Don
I
P, you know what I
respect
mean?
that. I'm not here to
And
tell nobody who to rock with or who not to rock with. All I'm saying is don't disrespect me if you don't want the disrespectful shit. Because if you
no doubt,
disrespect me, you can't get mad. You see,
yeah, but
if
I
I was
just,
to strike first, I get it. If I strike you first, I get it. I can't punch you in the face and get mad if you stabbed me. I get it,
Yeah.
nigga. You heard?
all right,
But if you come for me, nigga, you can't get mad if I got the 9 milli, duck.
no doubt, Papito, you're gonna start shooting. So I was gonna talk to you about this shit on your panel, but I'm glad you pulled up here. I don't even know how the hell you got here, but respect to that. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's for love.
And
I hit the
I just
button,
wanted
nigga. I hit the
Yeah.
I wanted
subscribe
to just
shit. Now
make
y'all
one
come
thing
up on my
clear,
shit.
by I'm not here on a recognizance mission. I'm not here for info, son. I'm not here for intel. I'm me, Papito. I'm here. Boricua's on the set, nigga. So I'm here to represent my people and drop the knowledge. You know what I mean? To
It's
help our
all
people
love.
move forward. You know what I mean? And I will continue to be on your panel, but don't let beef between other people get between, the bochinche between us and lo lleva y trae, you know what I mean?
I
Lo que
don't
llevan
like
y
the beef.
trae,
Yo,
son.
I'm gonna
So,
tell you a
hold on
secret.
a second, please, Paul. So I don't want your people to look at me suspect because your people know where I
No.
come
We
from.
don't
When
do
I
that.
come on your panel, they be like, yo, this might be another suspect ass nigga coming over here for recognizance or for info.
You know
You know
what
what I
I
mean? Nah,
do? You know what I do, my nigga? First and foremost, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody really know nobody, my nigga. So I don't
facts.
care who you affiliate. My thing is this, bro. You can
This is a
love
cyber
whoever you
world.
want. I'm not here to cause no kind of divisions. If that's your people's, that's your people's. All I ask is treat me with the respect that I treat you with. You know what I'm saying? If you
I
ain't do
hear
it
you.
personally, you could be with the Crips, the Bloods, the Muslims, the DPs,
Yeah.
the YouTubes, the fucking Twitters. You could be wherever you from, nigga. I don't care about that. That don't
Just be
move me.
respectful.
You just be respectful because
That's
I'm
it.
not
And
the
that's
one.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you something, right?
No
I'm gonna tell
doubt.
you something. I don't. If you ever notice, I don't be on nobody's panel. I don't go on nobody. If I see somebody going live, I'll say my regular shit, blessings and salute to the panel. That's it, and I
That's it.
leave. And you know why I do that? Is because if I can't learn nothing from you, I won't sit there and watch you. I swear to
That's
God,
how I
there's
feel
so
too.
many things on YouTube that I could be learning about that can really help me be a better person. Me sitting here watching you talk about people, it's like Love and Hip Hop on fucking YouTube, and I don't watch
Yeah, I
Love and Hip
hate
Hop
that shit too.
outside of here. So I'm
Yo,
just I
knowledge,
can't
hear me
get
out.
into that shit.
I never was on that type of shit. I never did nothing. I did
Never.
4,000. I did my first 4,000 subscribers without even saying a nigga name, dog. I was in
Yeah.
my own world. Motherfuckers saw me growing. The dirty sector saw that. I wound up in the dirty sector because I told my Rikers Island stories, and that shit happens to a lot of us. When you put Rikers Island in your shit, here comes the dirty sector, right? So I wasn't doing it. If you go back into my content from 2020, 2021, you'll see what happened. You'll see the shift. Niggas came for me in a mass amount. I didn't know about a dirty sector, bro. I didn't want to curse. I went 4 years without saying a bad word. Now I come to YouTube, it's spiritual, bro. I start cursing again. My people trying to play me. I don't know them. They putting fake things on my jacket. They'll say anything. Niggas say, yo, he lost his eye because he touched the kid. That's a fucking lie. Niggas will say anything, word, just to try to play you. The cancel
For
culture is
sure.
real on the dirty
For sure.
sector. You know what I'm saying? People do disgusting shit. I got frustrated. I got tired of these bitch ass niggas. Excuse my language, Lord. But I got tired of these punk peoples. You know what I'm saying? So I let it off, B, because you know what? The uncontested lie becomes the truth to stupid people. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna stay shut. I went 8 months, my nigga, when niggas was clapping at me, making videos, disrespecting me, making memes, making all types, making fun of my eye that I lost, making fun of my scars because I got beat up by the police. I lost my tooth. Niggas making fun of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a general, my nigga. The scars I got, and these niggas would have killed themselves for them shits, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And y'all
but
niggas making fun of my scars, my nigga. This is the shit that I gotta wear for life, my nigga. You think that shit
my
is funny?
battles,
You know what I'm
my
saying?
battles,
Yo,
man, my
yo,
struggles,
if the
my
police beat a nigga
pain.
up and take his tooth, break his ribs, make the nigga bleed his blood for 3 days, that shit not funny. That's police brutality. These niggas did all types of shit, slander my name, smear campaign, and I'm supposed to stay shut. I stood shut for 8 months, try to ignore it. When I let loose, not everybody mad. Oh, yo, why the Puerto Rican saying it though? Why that Puerto Rico Boricua is? Yo, why they fucking speak? So you call me a spick, but I can't say you look like Curious George.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't. People take anything and try to use racism to build a team against people.
Because they weak. That's all you got.
Yeah,
I done been
so it's like,
stabbed. I done been shot, and
yo,
all
I'm
you
gonna tell you
got is to
something.
call me names.
I know some white boy that did my tattoos that was Aryan Nation, man. And you know what I mean? And the thing about when you go to prison, it ain't all about color. It's about, you know what I mean, respect, right?
Real
So,
recognize
you know what
real.
I mean, real recognize real. So that's why I say real recognize real. A lot of niggas don't look familiar to me. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you something.
man.
When you out, when you a real nigga, and I've heard white people say, even I've seen it, and I didn't get offensive to it. I just seen a sign of respect, but I can see other people look at it, and it was like, yo, no disrespect. And these is fucking Stone Cold Aryan Nation. They say no disrespect, but yo, your friend over there. I mean, they'll say no disrespect, but they'll say, yo, you over there, you a fucking nigger, because they arguing behind the door, but they'll even say, yo, Pone, no disrespect. Before they about to use this word, they'll say no disrespect, right? I don't get mad because they respect me enough to motherfuckers say out everything. And people will say, hey, yo, Pone, you ain't getting mad at that shit. He ain't call you a nigga, call everybody nigga. I'm looking at myself like this, how I look at it. Right now, they having a word battle. And whoever words hurt the most is going to be affected the most. That's why they say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So if you realize that words only have power to the person that allow them to be affected by it, because words have spells, but they only can affect you if you listen to them. So when people say little things like that, like "fuck you, you nigger," only thing in my mind is
I
say,
don't
"Yo,"
like that.
but it's
You
not
heard?
about. But they're trying to hurt me because they're hurt. That's why they said hurt people hurt people. So in their mind, they're trying to hurt me. So I gotta deflect it and smile and say, "You're right. I'm the best nigga you probably ever find. I'm the realest nigga you probably know." I have to deflect that because if I don't, it will get to me. And I can't allow that because then I'm a fall victim of that. So the only way to show you my strength is through my love and understanding. So I understand that the only reason you're being mad or hateful to me is because you have a lot of hate and love for yourself. A lot of hate and not no love for yourself. So it ain't, I'm not the problem. You're the problem. You're
Yeah,
just trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
put me, you see what I'm saying? So people's like, oh, look at you, nigga. You cross-eyed niggas, I'm lazy. Oh, you fucking lazy-eyed motherfucker. When I used to be young, I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers trying to play me. But when I look at their household, their dad wasn't around, their mom struggled, they did so all that hurt and pain made them bullies when they went outside. But the only
Yeah, yeah,
reason
yeah. I
you
hate
see
that
what I'm
shit.
saying? But see, I had to learn to say, well, only way I can fix that is to be an understanding to those people. So I had to be like, yo, bro, why you so mad? Why you so this? So if I break that, stop bullying. Because now they don't have to use their hate and be bullying because now they have love to override the bullying. So now by me loving them, they feel bad hurting somebody because they know how it feels to be hurt because now they have love. But if you
You
don't
know
have
what,
nothing to
son?
compare,
I respect your staff, son. You heard? Word, son.
you're real shit, bro.
I
Big
like
on
that
real
shit.
shit.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
real
saying? Because
shit.
I ain't gonna lie, son. I had so many niggas shooting at me, it became kind of consuming. Like, I'm trying to do other content. I ain't even trying to hear that shit. You heard? But after like so long, and niggas is
I
they
know.
group up, they recruit people to do it. Next thing you know, you talking about good shit. There's trolls in the chat, yo, one out Willie, yo, all day. It just got annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, son.
The devil, yo, if God knows how important you are, you don't think the devil know too?
Yeah, that's what it be. That's
Hey
a whole
yo,
fact.
if the devil ain't
Yeah, I
got you,
respect that
if the
too.
devil ain't trying to get you, that must mean he already got you, bro. So I'm gonna tell you something. The
Mhm.
devil always use other people to try to get you. He can't do it physically. I mean, he can't do it like literally come down here and do it. So he has to use other people to knock you off your square, knock you off your pivot. So that's why that's why I tell people you always need good people around you. Because when you
Mhm.
going through that shit, you can say, yo, bro, these motherfuckers fucking playing me, and I can listen like, yeah, you're right. But then I say, yo, bro, you know what you need to do? You need to pick up your Bible and read Exodus 16 verses. And then I'm not a church person, but by me relating and understanding that you're a church person, I can help you out. Well, maybe do a scripture, or maybe do a this, maybe do this. But I'm helping you, because if I don't help you, only thing you're gonna do is sit in your thoughts and be like, yo, I ain't gonna let these niggas play me. You know what? Fuck these niggas. I'm about to make a video about these niggas. And it's like that. They got you. Gotcha.
Yeah, you
Gotcha.
right, son. You right,
And
son.
forgot you. So that's why you need somebody to go to and be like, yo, bro, I'm going through this. And that's why I say a team gets to the NFL, a team gets to the NBA, not a player. I know you're a good player, but you can't beat everybody. So that's why you need a team. And you need a team of spiritual people that's gonna help you fight this demon war. And it ain't
Right.
about religion. It's all about the heart. That's it.
Facts, man. I needed that tonight, son. You heard? I'm glad I put up. I really needed that tonight,
I'm
because
happy I
I
did.
know these things, and I be falling. You know what I'm saying? I be getting so much shit go through the brain at certain times, man. You know what?
I know.
I really appreciate that I pulled up tonight, son. Thank you for that, man. For real.
It's all love, bro. I try to do that with a lot of brothers, because you understand, bro. We don't got nowhere to vent. Even though we might have girls or mom and shit like that. No, we don't have an actual place to go and vent, and a person actually has sincere to our emotions, because as us being men, we're not supposed to either have them, or people don't understand them because they're not expressed enough to people that have enough dialect or enough understanding about it. So by a lot of men being closed, when a man do be open, it's like, why are you doing this? Where is this coming from? So I try to say, well, damn, I know how it feels to have all these thoughts and nobody to go to. Maybe if I start being open about myself, people will start being open about their self, and then we can all start healing each other and stop killing each other. Because your
Yo, I like
tongue,
yo for real.
you know what I mean?
Everything you telling me, I was once telling somebody, son, and I needed the reminder tonight, my nigga. You heard? So,
Yeah, fact.
on some real life, real spit, bro. I'm glad I pulled up tonight to hear you, son. Word up,
Love,
son.
brother. Love.
You don't know how much that shit meant just now, my nigga. You
Yeah.
heard?
I'm happy
That's
it
a whole
does, but that's
fact.
what I try to do. That's
Word
what you
up,
do when you come
papito.
here, bro.
I lost my respect.
Salute.
Please excuse me,
Salute.
gentlemen. Yeah, yo, I appreciate you pulling up, Lion Pain. You know what I mean? Like I said,
Word.
no matter who I rock with, I rock your show. Ain't too many Boricuas representing here on the set. You know what I mean? Whatever connections you got with knowledge and whoever, you know what I mean? That's up to you, Pai. That's your perception and the way you view your reality. You know what I mean? I just came here to let you know, son. When I'm on your show, I'm genuine, nigga. I'm me. You know what I mean? I
Respect.
represent me. You know what I mean? And the
I
real
respect
niggas.
you. I
You know what I mean?
respect you, bro.
I
I
was
respect
just,
it to the
like I
fullest.
said, I was kind of disappointed by that. If you ain't got no beef with her, so you shouldn't jump into her and not just beef. You know what I
I
mean?
never did. That's
And,
not what it was, Papu.
all right, and that's all. That's all I wanted to say, Pipe. But when I come on your show, nigga, I'm coming on here on some real shit on me. I'm not here for no okey doke
Yeah,
shit.
fuck all that.
I'm no
Yeah, that's
recording
good.
shit.
That's good. I
You know what I
get it.
mean?
You
I'm
heard?
here on some
I
real
ain't feel a
shit.
certain way. I ain't feel a certain way when it came to you, Don P. I just wanted you to know the truth. You see, I ain't
All
never
right, no
when
doubt.
I stepped into that realm, I didn't pull up on Shorty to talk about Knowledge Bone. Why you talking to me about the next man? You said you had a question for me. I thought the question was about me or the topic at hand. You turned the question into Knowledge Bone. I wasn't here to advocate or to go to war or none of that. That's not what I came for. You know what I'm saying? I got disrespected. So once
No
I felt
doubt.
disrespected over, and this is like the 100th time by weirdos in the dirty sector, that's when I said, you know what? And I'm glad I talked to the brother Knowledge tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because, it put me back, to say, yo, you know what? People are gonna be people. The world's gonna be against you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That just shows you who you are in the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So I'm glad that I pulled up. You heard? I don't really hate
That's what's
nobody. I
up.
don't hate that
Respect to that,
lady.
Pipe.
I don't hate that girl. You heard? I was
Hey yo,
disgusted.
but
Respect,
look,
man.
listen, but listen, I'm
Respect to
gonna keep it
that, man.
real.
Hold on a second,
I got
knowledge.
3 hours on here.
Let me
But I
say
got my
my
shit about to
sentence,
die.
bro.
My shit about to die on you, and
All
I don't
right.
want to die. That's what I'm saying, because I've been on 3 hours and I ain't been on charges like that. So my shit just came to that low power in mode and shit. So now my shit's almost red. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want that shit to shut off here. I'm like, oh shit, what happened? So this is what I'm doing. I
Yeah.
gotta edit. I gotta dead this shit. But this is what I like about deading
Yeah,
it, because that means we gotta come back tomorrow and finish it. Because I'm going back
I'll be
live
here.
tomorrow
I'll pull
at
up.
6:30. I'm going back live at 6:30 because this is my job. So I'm coming back tomorrow at 6:30. And I'm going again. Hopefully, some more brothers come up
What
here
you
and we
in
can
Cali?
express.
What 6:30? What time?
It would be
Yeah,
7:30 for
Mexico.
y'all because I'm in Mexico.
Oh, I'm next to
Yo,
Mexico. I'm in El Paso, Texas.
Oh yeah,
Well,
so it's
anyways,
6:30. Yeah,
before
I'm gonna see
before
him.
the show ends, nigga, yo, Land Pain, don't look
Salute.
at me with a crooked eye, nigga. When I come on your panel, I ain't here for recliners. I'm here for the real shit, Papa. You know what I mean? And I'll still continue you to come up on your
Oh
panel. You
shit.
know what I mean?
All right,
Word
nigga.
up. You
No
already know
doubt,
what it
no
is,
doubt.
fight.
God
Word
bless you,
up.
Don P.
God
Salute,
bless you
man.
too,
Your
bendiciones,
knowledge, man,
papito.
really nice meeting you, man, and I
Nice
appreciate what
meeting
you
you,
did,
bro.
son, for real, son. Yo, I needed that. God works in mysterious ways, man, and you know what I'm saying?
Word is
I had
born.
to be here tonight, son. You
Yeah,
heard? Salute
I'm
to you
happy.
and everything you do, man. God bless you,
Salute to
brothers,
you.
man. Word,
Word
thank you.
up.
Bless you, bro.
One love,
Word
P.
up.
One love,
Blessings
big homie.
to Lion Pain. Yo, you ever fuck with Lion Pain? You ever listen to his lives?
No, I'm about to subscribe right now. That's why I was reading
He's
it,
a
but I'm gonna
funny
subscribe right now.
motherfucker, bro. He got a
Yo,
lot of funny shit to
he
say,
a real
bro.
nigga. I can look at
He's
a
a
nigga from
very
the
entertaining.
he a real nigga though. I look at a person's eyes, and that lets me look at everything. So when I see him, I see. You know what? I'm gonna tell you just from talking to him. This brother right here has a lot of connection with no connection with nobody. So he understands how maybe this world is, how it is, but he don't have nobody close to him to guide him to because when I see him, I see pain and I see it in his eyes, and I see that he wants to let go, but sometimes society judges you for it. So when I hear him talking, I can tell he's sincere about expressing himself, but it's
The
more behind
world,
that.
the world
You know
makes
what I
us
mean?
negative,
It
man.
makes so
That's what it is, man.
if I and that's the type of brother like another brother I work on because if I guarantee now he might be a preacher, man, he might be whatever, but if I can get rid of that pain that he has, it would let him be more conscious or more open with being his true self. I mean his true self. The next time you see him, you won't see him with a wig cap on, white beard. I'm not saying he's not going to sleep. I'm not saying that, or maybe he's getting ready. But I'm just saying even your parents, your mind, your body, your soul. But you know what happens? You have to get out of all that. You know what I mean? And the only way you
Yeah,
get out of that is somebody got to be there to help flush it out. Like, yo, bro, tell me
no
everything.
doubt. No
You know what I
doubt, you
mean?
know what I mean? That's why I fuck with the dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I first came on here, he was going on through the same shit, how these YouTube dudes, you know what I mean, was fake and he thought they was real and they played him, you know what I mean? So I connected with the brother, you know, on some empathetic and sympathetic shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because us being, you know, he had came in the game not too long ago, and us being in the game a long time, we know how it goes, son. So we
Yeah.
know a lot of these dudes ain't you know, they ain't really what they cracked up to be, son. But I heard his truth, you know what I mean? That's why I rocking that panel. And if Eve, you listening to this, you know what I mean? It ain't nothing against you, you know what I mean? We each choose our crew. You know what I mean? You know, I got much respect for you, but it is what it is. Amongst men, we must engage in dialogue and understand each other because through conversation and expressing ourselves, that's how we gain understanding of each other. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No respect to nobody. Like I said, Lion Pain, I rock with you, son, and I'll
Yeah.
continue
Good
to be
dude.
on your panel. You know, just don't fall for the okie doke and don't follow the mainstream. You know what I mean? I can't judge knowledge is born. Yeah, he has said some wrong shit. It's all love and war. I can't respect what that dude does. But even though if you got a relationship with him, man, I still respect you. You know what I mean? Even though you have a certain understanding of him. You know what I mean? That's why I'm glad you pulled up, Lion
Yeah.
Pain.
Hey yo,
Because
but
there
I'm
won't
about
be
to
no
get out of here
motherfucking
though.
joy without
Listen,
pain,
but
nigga.
hey
But
yo,
yo,
Don
knowledge,
King,
you already
you
know
know
what
I
it
love
is,
you,
my
bro.
nigga.
You
I
know I love
love
you,
you,
bro.
son. You know what I mean?
You know I
All
love
day,
you,
every
bro. You
day,
know what I
son.
mean? You know, so I'm going to get out of here for this day. I love everybody for coming through. Don P, you know, we're gonna be here tomorrow, and I'm gonna bring some content. We're gonna talk about some more because Don P is one because I don't want to leave out anybody else. But Don P is one of the dudes on here that I can talk about anything, and he knows something about it, and that's very rare about some people because some people they could be stumped. So that lets me know that Don P is a universal thinker, and he doesn't just stick on one thing. He can talk about everything from religion to fucking constellations to talking about computer technicians to computer technology to advanced to old to past or present to up or down, left or right, to in and out. And that's what I like to be around people that's universal thinkers and not keep themselves trapped in one type of thought because then it limits yourself and it limits your success. So that's why I always think, and that's why I always talk about you. And I always give you the highest praise because you deserve it. Because if it wasn't for real niggas, it wouldn't be no niggas. You see what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I mean? Real shit. But peace and blessings to everybody that came through. Peace and blessings for everything. If you didn't catch it, go back and catch it. This was a good live, man. It's a good information, good situation. You see what I'm saying? But I gotta get out of here. I mean, I can't be on here. Love y'all, man. Stay out the way, stay not in the way. But my shit about to die, and I don't want to die on y'all. You see what I'm saying? But peace and blessings. I'll be back on here tomorrow at 6:30. I love y'all, man.